you're so real. Already know exactly how you feel. See the head, not like seeing a steeple. You damn well know they're one of the people. Nobody breaks us, 'cause nobody made us, and no one can take this 'cause we got their fix. We are the people, we are the people, we are the people. Don't mess with this. Let's go.
Good morning. It is Patrick and the people, and it is, what is today, Wednesday? Is that right?
It is.
So.
Is it?
All day.
Okay, all right, good enough then. Middle of the week.
Word on the street.
That is what they say. That is what they say. So let's get to the people who've outrun the Grim Reaper. Fred Armisen is 58, you know him from Saturday Night Live. Max Baer is 87. He was, I think he was Jethro in the Beverly Hillbillies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Jeff Bridges,
I love
75.
Jeff Bridges.
Yeah, like him.
I love Jeff Bridges.
Great actor. Orlando Brown is 38. Let's see. Marissa Tomei is 60. I like her a lot.
I do too. My mom finally watched My Cousin Vinny for the first time.
Oh, what a great movie.
Last week.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, she killed it. I think she
She
won an
did.
Academy Award for that.
I think so.
Yeah.
Somebody can Google that.
Yeah, they can. Red jumpsuit apparatuses Ronnie Winter is 42.
Man, that's a name I hadn't heard in a while.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Jay-Z is 55.
All right.
Yeah. Tyra Banks is 51. Skip Bayless, 73. Game show host Wink Martindale
Is alive.
is alive.
What?
He's 91. I had
Oh my
no
God.
idea. Zero idea.
Mom, if you're listening, can you
Right.
believe it?
I know. Ronnie Ortiz Magro, in other words, Ronnie from Jersey Shore.
Oh.
Ron. He's 39.
No.
Yeah, man, that was my
Ew.
jam. That was my jam back in the day.
Oh, hold on.
What? What? Who was it? Oh, okay. Well, sometimes people do show up.
My apologies. Yeah, no, there is. I just mistakenly thought they were going to come to that door.
Oh, okay. A top Meta executive says the company is over-moderating across its apps. Nick Clegg, the president of Global Affairs, said their error rates are too high, and too often harmless content is being removed with people being penalized unfairly. They say it gets in the way of the free expression we set out to enable. Said the company regrets how aggressively it removed posts about COVID and other things. They haven't made any major known changes yet, but interesting that they're speaking that way all of a sudden.
I agree. I think
Oh,
it's
no, I
interesting
agree.
that they're taking any measure of accountability
Yeah, right?
whatsoever. Because I know I've had stuff declined. I even had an ad that was not approved
Hmm.
because of it had the word election in it.
Oh,
Are you
really?
serious?
Yeah, it had
Wow.
it's an election. It's not like it wasn't for or against anybody. It was literally we're running a special
Yeah, an election day
or
or
a
election,
week special, and they would not approve it.
No, that's so
Yeah,
stupid.
I
man.
would like my apology email from them.
It's on the way.
I'm
I
sure
think
it
it'll be
is.
from actually Mark. TikTok has made the airport rules trend hot. Airport rules are in effect means that set routines no longer matter, just like when you're waiting for a flight. Examples are you buy a big Cinnabon just because, or eating a spicy burrito bowl at 7 a.m. The trend mostly took off as a joke. Apparently has ramped up from there. Airport rules also include money doesn't matter. Buy whatever you want or need to get through this time. I just anxiety bought a crock pot with a built-in holder for the lid and it's pink. Airport rules.
Okay. Okay.
Hey, man, are we freezing up? What's going on here?
Yeah, yeah. It looks like
Looks
we are.
like the SIG is messed up on the beep. What's going on?
We're having a good time.
Oh, well, we are having a good time.
It's hilarious. Airport rules. Is that what airport rules?
Yeah,
Okay.
airport rules. Yeah,
I
everything changes.
paid my car insurance. Airport rules.
Hey, it says no signal. I don't know if
Says
that's
no
what
signal.
what the video deal, what's going on here, but
Mm,
we're going to keep going for now.
yeah, why not?
Let's see. Chappelle, Rowan, Caitlin Clark, Gigi Hadid are among the celebs making the list of new Forbes 30 under 30. That list recognizes up-and-coming talent in entertainment, sports, etc.
Okay, the Zoom right now.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah, that's special.
Woo!
That's special right there. Mattel is facing a lawsuit after its misprint on its Wicked doll packaging.
Yeah.
Yeah, we told you about that
We
when it
told you about
happened.
that.
The link on the box sends people to the wrong website.
Maybe the right website.
Well, or the right one, depending on how you look at it. Now they're suing. I don't really think that's appropriate. I mean, look, it was a
I don't either.
mistake. It happened.
Yeah.
You're all right. Everybody's okay. You don't have to sue about it. Just tell them, hey, you made a mistake, fix it, and let's move on with our lives, shall we?
So have you seen the video of the lady that goes into her local Walmart and it's there's a troll doll, the female one of the female troll dolls for the most recent troll movie,
Mm-hmm.
and it has some super secret messages it talks to you,
No.
and the button to activate these messages is between the troll's
In a
legs,
no-no
in
spot?
a no-no spot, in a show me where they touched you at the therapist office kind of spot.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Really?
and she shows
That
you, and
seems
she
like
just
an
did-
oversight.
Oop. And I mean, and to be fair, she had
To
a
be
point.
fair.
She had a point. I mean, she really did have a point. Because usually I'm like, okay, whatever. But when the special messages got played, I mean, considering when you're touching this doll,
It seemed
it
inappropriate.
seemed a little inappropriate.
Sounds
a little
inappropriate to
inappropriate.
me.
I don't know how it made it past somebody. You know, surely
Someone
there
in
was
marketing said, wait a minute.
there's somebody on marketing that should have been like, hey,
Maybe this isn't a good
I
idea.
think some folks, maybe, you know, a portion of the population might take issue with this,
Hmm.
namely moms.
Huh.
I don't know.
All right.
Anyways,
Let's continue on, shall we? The Great Lakes and Northeast are gearing up for more snow as a new Arctic blast set to sweep down from Canada. Some areas might see a foot of snow today. About 5 million are under winter weather and lake effect snow warnings across the Great Lakes through tomorrow. Other areas, Ohio Valley, Mid-Atlantic, Southeast, are going to feel 10 to 15 degrees below normal seasonal averages. Parts of Florida have seen freeze warnings with temperatures dipping into the 30s. But that makes them nervous there.
I bet.
Majority of people are not happy with their jobs, so they're looking for a new one, at least according to a Gallup survey that notes more and more workers feel detached from their jobs. It says 51% are looking or actively seeking a new position. 18% say they're very happy. Worker satisfaction's at a record low. People are looking for new jobs at the highest rate since 2015. Some of the issues causing the trend are employees being given more duties, budget cuts, and broken management practices. Yeah, no, that's how it was over at the
place.
place where I was before.
The place.
Is they kept firing people and asking you to do more and more and more, and they wanted you to be happy to be doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's right.
grateful.
Yeah, no, yeah. Be
grateful.
thankful
Yeah.
that you even have a spot here.
Yeah, like
You know?
like
Yeah, you're going to do his job. We
Yeah.
fired him. Do you want your job?
you should be grateful for this.
Yeah. Yeah, I was not.
No, I wouldn't be either.
A Kentucky family went a little over the top during their gender reveal, literally shook the area. Some residents called 911 last week to report that their houses shook during a large explosion
Wait, what?
that was apparently part of a gender reveal.
Mm.
The Parker's Mill Fire Department said about 4 pounds of tannerite was used.
What?
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's a lot, by the way. Firefighters were called out, cleared the scene, posted on Facebook. The explosion site was, quote, very blue.
Very blue.
Yeah. Luckily, no homes were damaged in the event, nor anyone injured.
That's
so
a lot of tannerite.
that is a lot, man. And I bet people were tripping when that blew, man. I mean, you probably did feel that.
I mean, were y'all trying to like inadvertently maybe cause something and it be a accident?
That's crazy.
Crazier stuff is happening. I mean, I don't know.
It could be, though. Could be. Check this out. For 25 years, a California woman named Marcella had been searching for her younger brother, Tommy. He went missing back in 99. Despite losing hope, believing he'd never be found, when a friend shared a USA Today article earlier this year about an unidentified patient in a Los Angeles hospital, Marcella immediately recognized him. With the help of the sheriff's deputy and a fingerprint test, it was confirmed the nonverbal patient was her brother, Tommy. She said, I'm still in shock. He was last heard from in July of 99. He called her from a truck stop in Idaho. His van was later found at Yellowstone. He was never heard from again. Over the years, she searched through missing persons and unidentified remains, hospital patient lists. This article reignited her search, led her to post her brother's photo online, where a flood of responses urged her to follow up. She contacted the hospital. Law enforcement helped her confirm it was, in fact, her brother, leading to a joyful reunion. She expressed gratitude to the officer and the hospital and everyone, reflecting on the tragedies and the long search that her family has gone through. She said, "When I look in those eyes, I feel that older sister protectiveness. I've always been his protector." Well, she never gave up. I mean,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what he was
I love
doing for
that.
25 years, though.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, what was he? Was he in a coma? What was going on? It says he's nonverbal. I don't know. All right, let's talk about some sports. See if any of this matters to you. There's a few things going on. The NCAA, of course. Now let's get to the college football playoff rankings. The latest are in, and there appears to be a place for Alabama in the mix. The new CFP rankings: number 1 Oregon, 2 Penn State, 4 Notre Dame, 5 Georgia, 6 Ohio State, Tennessee, SMU, Indiana, Boise State at 10, 11 Alabama, Arizona State 12, 13 is Ole Miss, and 14 South Carolina. So barring some kind of upset this weekend, here's what the first 12-team bracket would be right now. Arizona State at Penn State, Alabama at Notre Dame, Indiana at Georgia, Tennessee at Ohio State. Those are the teams that, if it were to go down right now, that's who it would be. So is your team there? Are you happy about it? Do you like these playoff setups? The conference championship weekend, of course, 5 of this weekend's games will directly impact the look of the final bracket. They've got 3 games under, let's see, what is it saying? Well, this says Boise State's going to win and cover against UNLV. Tulane, it says, is going to beat Army. They're predicting Arizona State will beat Iowa State. Georgia is going to lose to Texas. That's all you need to know right now on that. Let's move on to the next thing here. Okay, this is Aziz Al-Shaair has been suspended for 3 games now. Heartfelt social media apology not enough. He was suspended for 3 games. He hit the head of Jacksonville Jaguar quarterback Trevor Lawrence. Now, Trevor was sliding down, and he had already launched to tackle him, and it looked like just bad timing, you know, but it was a bad hit. I mean, he did basically, dude got knocked out, you know, so it was bad. So, yeah, he's going to sit for 3 games, and I guess think about his behavior. I mean, I guess he's in timeout.
Ponder your choices.
Yeah. Between the years of 2028 and 2046, the Los Angeles Dodgers now owe just 7 players a grand total of over $1 billion in deferred salary. Blake Snell, his $182 million deal includes $66 million in deferred money. Tommy Edman, he has a $74 million deal with $25 million payable by July 2044. Shohei Ohtani, his contract ends in 2033. He's due $680 million.
Oh God.
Yeah, between 2034 and 2043. Mookie Betts, he'll be owed $115 million in salary between 2033 and 2044, along with the final $5 million from his signing bonus. Freddie Freeman, his $162 million contract includes $57 million to be paid between 2028 and 2040. Will Smith, he'll be due $50 million between 2034 and 2043. And Teoscar Hernandez, he's to receive $8.5 million from 2030 to 2039 as part of his $23.5 million one-year deal for the season. That's all the deferred, over $1 billion in deferred money. Yeah, tell me there's no money in baseball. That is wild, man.
That's insane.
That's one team. What are you talking about?
looking for funeral entertainment? Have you ever thought,
This funeral is kind of sad.
turn that lifeless funeral into a funeral? Call the Postmortem Party Pros at Flatline. We'll have music, disco lights to light your way into the eternal dark. Karaoke.
Staying alive. Sit down and wait your turn.
There'll be stand-up comedians.
Anybody here dead?
We can even have the deceased make a special entrance on a zip line,
Grandma?
dressed up like an angel.
She never could drive, am I right?
It's not a estuary, it's a mortuary. Flatline Entertainment, breathing some life into funerals. Friday not included, complimentary air fresheners. Like us on Facebook and Death Yelp.
All right, let's get back to it. So, how about this? A deposit of gold ore containing about 1,100 tons of gold. 1,100 tons has been discovered in China, according to reports, valued at $83 billion.
They're all going to end up in our phones.
Yeah, probably. The discovery could be considered the largest and most lucrative reservoir of gold ever uncovered. It surpasses the 900 metric tons that lies within the mother of all gold reserves, South Deep, which is a mine in South Africa.
Mm.
Yeah. Man, it's crazy that they're still finding things like this. I mean, that's a lot of damn
That's a lot of
gold.
gold.
A lot.
That's a lot of gold.
Yeah, $80 billion in just discovered. We just found it. Here it is, and I know that they have a lot better means now of looking at things below the surface,
Mm-hmm.
and that's probably making a big difference. When you were a kid, did you use a metal detector or did you ever look for treasure?
No, I mean, not the metal detector thing. I did geocaching a little bit when I was a kid.
Oh,
I don't know
nice.
if that's still a thing now or not, but geocaching was cool back in the day. But
Yeah, everybody was doing that for a while, I think, or a lot of people were.
yeah, you could find some pretty cool stuff, man.
Yeah.
I'll still, I'll try it a little bit every once in a while, but it's not as big as what it used to.
Did you use a metal detector or look for treasure when you were a kid?
No
Were you
metal detector.
you weren't
but
a pirate girl?
No, I mean, we did go exploring, we would go, but it's usually like sticks,
Yeah,
cool rocks.
yeah, no, I had a lot of
Looking
cool
for
rocks
dead bodies.
as a kid. Yeah, that's.
Now
I wasn't ever looking for dead
I look
bodies.
for treasures.
Now you do?
Now I look for treasures.
What would be a treasure now?
Oh goodness, when I find we were talking about this morning. Well, I don't know. Never mind. This morning's been a blur already.
No, I got you.
I know you do. I found a mid-century modern desk valued at over $1,800.
Really?
Yeah, that I paid less than $10 for.
Where? Did you
Goodwill.
find- at Goodwill?
hmm
GW Fashions?
Yeah,
Well,
it was the tits. And
That
then,
is
like, just-
awesome.
I find some really obscure glassware and ceramicware coffee mugs, like coffee mugs from, the Clinton administration or
Yeah.
IBM or,
Okay.
things
Some
like that.
kind of iconic
Oh, hell
type
yeah. And it's just so cool to find
thing. Do you
this
keep
stuff.
them?
I do keep them. I
Yeah.
do. We're launching an eBay store because I have a plethora of items that I know is worth more than what an individual would pay me to smash it. And
Yeah.
then my 104-year-old, grandmother's spirit is like pinching my ear, going, "There's no effing way you can break that, Amanda." Like,
Right.
can't do it. So we'll see what we can do. We got a bunch of stuff this past weekend. We got 67 racks, and they're good racks, like dish racks
Yeah.
from Goodwill. And I mean 67, and then in some of the racks there's 25 pieces, and some of the racks there's 16 pieces.
Okay.
Here's the issue.
Okay.
Of the coffee mugs that are in there, half of them are Homer Laughlin mid-century modern bone china, which goes for like $9 a cup.
Really?
The other half are like a brand you can't even find, and then the champagne glasses are more than likely crystal.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it sounds like you did find a little
The struggle
treasure.
is so real. Like, how do I?
So, that has to have people out here thinking, man, I need to be going by there and finding stuff.
Come
huh?
by. We have people all the time that.
No, I mean to the
Oh,
Goodwills and
yeah.
stuff.
Well, y'all can go. Go on Tuesdays.
That's the day to go.
oh, for real?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
sure.
Okay. All right. I'm not sure I believe her, y'all.
You think I'm sharing my secrets?
No, definitely not here. Hold on.
Good night, Mom. Brush your teeth. Aw, man, I don't wanna. Are you tired of your dumb teeth? Introducing meth. Meth, for when you're fed up with your teeth.
Just listen to some of our satisfied customers.
I have no teeth. My teeth are gone. Where's my teeth? Now I have more room in my mouth for blowies. I'll never need to go to the dentist again. Isn't it time to get rid of those pesky teeth? Meth.
Ask your doctor if meth is right for you, and maybe if he knew where you could get some.
I don't know. I don't know.
Is that what we're calling them now?
I guess. Loud looking is apparently the top dating trend of the year. Looking for was Tinder's top bio mention of the year, which shows that singles are taking charge and being upfront about what they want in their partner, according to this article. Let's see what it says. Nearly 20% of singles reported that they're creating vision boards to manifest a relationship.
I can see that.
What?
I can see that.
No, you can't see that.
Yeah, I can.
Really?
I mean, I'm a female, so I've had a lot of experience with vision boards. It just comes with your DNA, apparently. Like
Really?
the lady parts, you
Okay.
eventually find your way to vision boards. But that makes total sense based off of my previous experience.
Wow, that is amazing, because I was about to say that sounds like a load of bullshit.
No, I can totally see that. Yeah. Bullshit. Bullshit.
Yeah, no, I'm shocked to hear this.
Do you want to get together and make vision boards?
No, I do not ever want to make a vision board of any
I
kind.
think Patrick wants to make vision boards.
No, this sounds absolutely insane to me.
We found another pie slice for the wheel of
Oh.
pain.
Give me to make it. Yeah, that's right. No, that definitely would go on the wheel of pain for me. Yeah, I don't want to do that.
We feel like film a montage of it. And
Oh,
everything.
yeah.
it'd be hilarious.
Yeah, it's about as good as montages. Yeah, I love those. Yeah.
Montage.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pickleball, by the way,
No.
with the fastest growing mention in bios on Tinder. Mentions of the sport up 148%, followed by freak, which is most likely from users asking for someone to match their freak up. Let's see. Tinder users report their top communication style is better in person, while the fastest. No, I'm not telling you that. You don't need to know about the emojis.
Ugh.
The top deal breakers of the year for singles: bad hygiene. Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah.
People that stink. It's
Yeah.
bad.
Brush your teeth.
Yeah, that's a good idea as well. Yeah.
Wash your ass.
Yeah. If you only have a handful of chiclets, spend a little extra time keeping those. Why? You know? I mean, look at the results previously haven't worked. So let's work a little more diligent to keep the ones you got. You know? 50%, 44% say rudeness was a deal breaker. And talking too much about an ex. Yeah, no, I could see if you keep talking about your ex, then I believe you might be obsessed with your ex.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just what people think or feel. My eye, look, if you look,
Yeah.
this eye right here is just a complete wreck right now.
Yeah.
So it's going to look weird. If you look at me like this, I just look high as hell. But if you see both eyes, you recognize, oh, that's not the case. So let's see. According to this, it says no romantic connection is too small thanks to nanoships. That's some
What?
nanoships. Those are small relationships. I'm not saying these kind of things, people. I'm sorry. I
Is
apologize
that
for
like a
even saying that.
situationship?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. It's along the lines of that
yeah,
kind of crap.
So some more
It's
bullshit. with
names they
friends.
make up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Things they
yeah.
make up to
Okay.
make you feel that way. Did you ever use the dating apps?
No. I've always been too busy with the music and all that. I just rather play guitar. You know what I mean?
That's safer.
Yeah.
That's better than a
Yeah.
dating app, I'm sure.
No, I'm
Like-
certain. Well, that's fair enough. You're a rock star,
I
so
mean-
you don't need an app, You use dating apps?
I have.
You have? Yeah. That's okay. Is that
No, I did, and it's just sad experiences.
was it? It was
Yeah.
bad.
The one date that I went on, we went to brunch,
Mhm.
and he wanted to kiss me afterwards.
After brunch, you just ate.
Thank you,
That's grody.
thank you.
Who wants to kiss with a mouthful of
100%
Chamuri sauce or
yeah,
whatever?
Yeah, and friggin' coffee and
No.
no, I don't want to kiss. I
no?
just
Come on, man.
One, I just met you in person, so no. 2, I've just had a meal.
Yeah, that's
So
that's not the
absolutely
route.
not. That's so gross. So that didn't happen. I ended up running into him at a Kroger pharmacy one day. Like I'm waiting on my script, and I'm like, do 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 do, and I just kind of look up because I feel somebody looking at me, and he's just like,
Really,
it's like,
still holding the grudge.
what's up?
He's still looking for that kiss.
It was hilarious because we went on that date, and then I think within a couple weeks, me and the one that's on the way out the door,
Yeah,
had
your
made
future
yeah,
ex.
yeah, my future ex had made up our minds to
To give it a shot.
give it a shot.
Yeah.
He didn't like me being on the dating apps. It was kind of one of those that was his thing where he was like, "Yeah, I think I'm ready to give this a shot." I was like,
Oh, are you?
"All
Yeah.
right."
Well, you did. You gave it
Yeah.
a shot. It didn't
Yeah.
work. but
No,
you
we gave it a shot.
Well,
It
it
didn't
worked for a
work.
little while.
It did work for a little
Yeah.
while. It did.
I mean,
It
you got to look
did.
at it like that. You know,
Yeah.
there's lots of.
No, Matthew, not even a breath mint, bro. So gross.
Oh, that is gross.
So gross.
Honestly.
Yeah,
This
we
is
had like
terrible.
hash and eggs and onions.
Yeah.
Just, ew.
Hey, look, little doggy said, I'm wearing my stylish yet subtle Patrick and the People tee this morning, available on the website. Makes me want to sing my own theme song.
Yeah.
That's great, man. You should do that.
Love
That'd be great. You should sing your own theme song. Everybody should have a theme song wherever they
They
go.
really should.
It'd be great. It'd be the greatest if you could just hit a button and your theme song pop off when you walk in somewhere.
Mine's Maneater.
Yeah?
There you go.
By Hall & Oates?
Duh.
Well, that's a great one, man.
Duh.
Yeah.
Matthew's killing it on the chat this morning.
Who
I'm
is?
loving it. Matthew.
Well, what's
Cody
he saying?
Steele,
Well,
Cody
share
Steele.
it.
Well, one, he informed us about the investing in gold. Is thank you for the information on the highs and the amount and all that stuff. But
Yeah.
he says, what's wrong with a little manifestation? Not
Yeah.
manifestation. I don't know. It sounds like
I
infestation.
don't know. Sometimes words drive me crazy because they just make up these ridiculous things like manifestation. I get
I
it.
believe in manifestation.
I do too. I believe in it. I do, but I don't believe in everyone using the word.
I gotcha.
Not everybody's qualified.
Yeah, no, I'm
for
with
that
you.
word,
I've
you know?
read enough books and I've paid enough life coaches and gone through enough,
Yeah, you can say you're
Yes, I
manifesting
can do
something.
it.
You're fine to say that. If you're
Oh my God, thanks.
if you're 18, don't talk about manifesting. to me.
Seriously, shut your mouth.
not ready to
Shut your mouth.
manifest yet.
You're not, because you don't know Nathan. So
Psychic Deborah Davies predicts that 2025 is the year aliens will make physical contact with humans,
Let's
claiming
go.
yeah.
they're no longer going to fear us. They're coming to help.
Oh,
So
thank
they'll no
God.
longer hide from us. They know they've been subjected to being captured by people in power, but they mean no harm. Just as they helped us build civilization many years ago.
Did Giorgio write this? Giorgio with the hair and
No,
ancient aliens?
I don't
Okay.
think so.
That's what it sounded like.
Said they'll help us stop destroying our planet through climate change. Stop it. Stop with the shit, man.
You see, this is one of the rabbit holes I
They're
go
gonna
down.
help me too. I'm here
I'm
for
fine
it.
with the aliens, but they're not coming because of climate change, you
That's
dumbass.
just one of their points. That's just one of their points in their 5-year plan project.
It's not anything. Yeah. They don't have a vision board. They're aliens. You think they care about global war? You
I'm
think
making-
they're on another planet across the universe? And they give a shit about pollution? Are you serious? How stupid are you?
Oh my God!
It's just so dumb.
I am going to make a vision board based
No.
off. Yes, based
No
off of
vision
what I
boards.
think aliens would do for us.
No, that's actually valid, though.
I'm
We should
here
give it
for
to
it.
him on an episode.
Oh my God, I'm so here for it.
It's just unbelievable.
It's
They're
hilarious.
coming to help us get rid of the Republicans. That's what they're doing. They're going to kill the Democrats. Yeah, no, they're not doing any of that.
They're coming
Okay,
to dispose of this.
they're coming to
this
fuel
freak
up.
show.
Okay,
Yeah.
they need some fuel. Humans are it. They're going to gas up and they're going to get out. Okay. That's how
Speaking
it's
of
going.
human fuel and aliens, do you ever see Super 8?
I've never watched that.
I loved it.
I understand.
It
I
was
mean, it's kind of a
adorable.
throwback movie, is what I
It is.
understand.
It
Not like
is.
a what was Steven Spielberg
yes,
type
yes,
film,
kind
right?
of like an ET-ish,
Yeah.
Goonie-ish
Kind of a good
thing.
feel.
It's really good, but the alien definitely eats people.
Yeah.
Like real life eats humans. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's
So I
a
thought
lot
that
of
was
them
a little
do.
dark. I thought that was a little dark
That
on it,
is
but I
dark.
loved it.
Y'all think
It
they're
was-
real?
Yes.
Aliens?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
100.
Well, do I think they're here? I don't know. Do I think they're real? Absolutely. I mean,
I run into a lot of pilots in Nashville, and they tell me that apparently what they do is they fly in from Canada. They'll make it halfway.
aliens?
Through, yeah,
Okay.
like from up north, and they'll make it halfway through Missouri,
Mhm.
and they just take like a hard dart out to the East Coast, and they just disappear.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
they're looking for meth. Yeah, you know what? I don't know anything about that. I think a lot of the things that we see or that people see typically are probably crafts from other countries.
Yeah.
I don't know if there are or not aliens here at the time, but I'd be arrogant as hell to think in this giant universe that we're the only ones here,
Yeah.
you know, for sure. I don't know about aliens living under the ocean. I mean, that's the new thing now.
I mean, that's probably the best spot to keep their vision boards.
Yeah, no, that's where I'd keep my vision board if I were an alien.
Best alien movie, Abyss, with water and all
Oh,
that
with
kind of stuff.
Ed
Like,
Davis?
better- Yeah.
I mean, Ed,
Agreed. Well, it
what's
triggered
his
my
name?
No,
Ed Harris, yeah.
Ed Harris. That is such a good movie.
It is a great
aliens
movie.
Are in there.
Yeah, no, that's a great movie. I would not call that the best alien movie.
And I retract that as soon as it came out of my mouth. But
Yeah,
I was thinking
good
as
call.
long as under the oceans and whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know The Abyss was a great movie. It was a real emotional movie, I
It really
remember.
was.
Yeah, when his wife died.
So beautiful.
Oh, yeah. It was actually, spoiler alert, sorry.
Well, he brings her back.
It's
It's
like
not
a 40-year-old movie, so.
brings her back. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, no, it goes
Yeah, it's
spoiler
really
alert,
fun.
too.
Yeah, another
He
spoiler
brings her
alert.
back,
If you
yeah.
haven't seen that movie yet, then
You don't deserve a
don't
spoiler
worry about
alert,
it.
really.
I
Yeah.
would like Heath to explain this.
What?
He said, I did that and wound up licking the girl's teeth. Neither of us. had
Oh, he's
reached
talking
out
about
after
kissing a
that.
girl after
After
eating.
brunch, after eating? Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah,
Did you
what?
love her, Heath? That's a love move.
That's not a love move.
That's
That's one of the things
a
I hate
boyfriend
about when you, in movies,
Ugh.
when you see couples roll over when they wake up and kiss, and you're like,
Kiss,
you know better than
bullshit.
that.
You know,
You know your breath smells like your ass
That's
now.
so
You don't
nasty.
want to do that. Nobody wants to do that early. And if you do, it's a peck. You ain't getting no tongue. Well, not with all that grime and stuff on it.
You're not even getting a peck. Like, don't talk or look or breathe in my general direction until I've had, my coffee, maybe a Jill off.
Hey, your breath's not going to be good after the coffee, just so you know. You know.
Well, coffee and then brush my teeth. No, I mean, I've got things I like to do in the morning
Yeah, no.
before anybody engages with me.
Well, that's fine, but those things, yeah, I'm not even.
Usually like those ends of the movies, like the last 15 minutes of the movie is just always so unrealistic, or like along the lines of the kissing in the morning
Yeah.
or whatever. Everything's just so unrealistic.
Yeah, no, that's definitely
It's
not
not real life.
reality. If you're waking up and kissing someone first thing in the morning, I got to wonder about you. I got to wonder about your dental health and well-being because I don't want anyone's what is that the gum disease you get?
Gingivitis.
Yeah, I don't want your gingivitis in my mouth.
Yeah. Well, maybe they need to do the meth, seek out those
Oh,
doctors for
yeah,
the
get
meth.
rid of
Let's
the
get
teeth.
rid of the rest
Those
of the
pesky
stuff.
teeth.
Yeah, that's what's holding your infection in there.
Yeah, it's the teeth.
Get rid of that and let the abscess.
Oh yeah, and just let it flow out like a waterfall.
Bristol
Delicious.
Methodist Church of the Lord.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. No need to be a jack-o'-lantern when you can just get rid of everything in there. Yeah. Get rid of all those shreds.
Work on those blowies.
Those blowies, oh, for God's sake. So, hey, let's do this real quick, shall we? About time. If you're looking for a vehicle, how about a late model, low mileage vehicle? Go to Fitz Auto. Listen, if you want a car, a truck, an SUV, a boat, a camper, a side-by-side, they have everything that you want and then some. But don't worry about bad credit. That's what they deal with. They're their own bank. Look, you can check them out online at fitzauto.com, or you can go in person, 8421 Stagecoach Road in Little Rock. Find out why we've bought 7 vehicles from Fitz Auto. They're that good. Have you been injured? You need an attorney with a passion for people and an obsession with justice. That attorney is Tim Reed in Little Rock. Look, they've won $1.3 million in wrongful death, almost $1 million in medical malpractice and in insurance dispute. These guys know what they're doing, but more importantly, he's not a figurehead of some kind. He's not just some person on a poster with a picture of a rig or a smile or his dog with him. This is a real guy you can text with, you can talk to, and who will take good care of you. He'll work with you personally to get what you deserve. Check out reedfirm.com. readfirm.com, readfirm.com, or give them a call, 777-7333. All right, we are back. So this is disconcerting a little bit. A recent trend among male college students involves eating honey packets before your night out partying. These honey packets are marketed as over-the-counter sexual enhancers. The trend got attention after a TikTok video from Arizona State University went viral, where students discussed taking multiple honey packets in one night. While sexual enhancers like these are typically designed for older men, experts suggest younger users may be turning to them due to the social pressure or performance anxiety. Honey packet apparently is not honey, I'm guessing.
I'm guessing.
Health experts are warning against this practice due to serious health risks. The FDA has issued multiple warnings about these packets, which contain hidden pharmaceutical drugs. Ingredients can cause dangerous side effects, blood pressure, chest pain, heart attacks, especially when mixed with alcohol. So I guess what these folks are just making their own erectile dysfunction things and
Yeah.
packaging them up.
Little yang-a-lang or whatever in it, you know?
Yeah, they're just like they're just going to buying different things, and I don't even understand what's going on. No,
Yeah.
don't make your own Viagra.
No.
And do you really need to go that long? How long do you need to go?
Thank you.
Look, when you become a grown up, you'll realize that most people don't want to do an hour. It hurts.
Boom.
You get tired. You know, look, I
Boom.
got shit to do. I got a show to watch.
Seriously.
I want to make dinner.
Seriously.
You know, about 8-9 minutes. Let's
I have
really
stuff
give
to
everything
do.
we got.
Yeah.
8-9 minutes, come
Yeah.
together, get it going, get it good, make it
Yes.
happen, and then boom, back at it.
I agree with that.
Yeah, that's called efficiency. Yeah,
Yeah, and honestly, you know, y'all need to work on your foreplay
Yeah.
game, and
It is
you know, handle that shit because like
yeah, it is weak, isn't it?
weak.
I bet. I don't mean to speak ill of Gen Z or whoever the latest
I have
is,
no
but
idea.
I bet you guys are a little bit complacent on that, aren't you? Are you complacent on that? Yeah, I bet you are.
I don't know, but they're the new generations are eating ass.
Oh my
so,
God,
Like, I don't know. Maybe y'all just are in a whole other.
well, there's I
realm. I
mean,
don't
I
know.
would assume that if it
You're
is,
being too quiet over here. Like, I want some feedback over here.
I would
I know what I was thinking the whole time he was reading this is like, I'm surprised that there's not a booth on Broadway set up for this already.
Yeah, right.
Like, I was just thinking, I'm like, I could see this being like, for if you're ever on Broadway in Nashville, like,
Yeah.
it's everything you would think it would be, and then some. And
Oh, really?
I'm surprised it's not made its way down there.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's very funny. Do you like Matt Rife?
I like when I see little clips of him,
Mhm.
you know, just the
Like
little
doing
quick
crowd
reels.
work and
Yeah,
whatnot?
just the little quick little reels or whatever.
Mhm.
I haven't seen him live, and I have not seen the Netflix.
Okay.
Isn't he coming to town soon? I could be wrong.
He may be. He may be coming. Matt Rife setting the record straight about his looks. And now, Matt, he kind of blew up on TikTok because not only is he a comedian, but kind of a pretty boy, right? He credits delayed puberty, not plastic surgery,
Okay.
for his facial changes.
A bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
I'm not believing that whatsoever.
Yeah. Same
he-
thing happened to the Kardashians, right?
Yeah, he addressed rumors calling out TikTok doctors who insist his new jawline must be the result of surgery. He said, "How do you not lose your license?" He denied having the time or money for procedures during his career. Well, here's what I do know. He may not have had those procedures, but if you look at the Matt Rife pictures before,
Mm-hmm.
his teeth were pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was probably missing a few of those chiclets in the back,
Yeah.
and that
He
That-
did the meth.
that
at
does
some
your
point.
jawline thing.
It
you know?
does.
And so when he got his teeth fixed, it probably did straighten up
Absolutely. That
a
makes
lot of that,
sense.
you know.
Yeah.
That vision
Yeah.
board.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that
the vision board.
Yeah.
That's right. He had a jawline on the vision board. He's like, how am I going to make this work? How can I make this crispy? You know?
Hey,
Uh,
teeth make a difference.
yeah, I think he just sold out Madison Square Garden actually.
Wow.
Which
really?
is pretty big.
That's a huge deal.
Yeah, that's a pretty big deal just to even perform at Madison Square
Yep.
Garden as a comedian. Not many
Yeah.
can even do that. You know, Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, those kind of guys do. But that shows you the power of social media. The same with Dane Cook.
Yeah.
You know, Dane Cook was a MySpace baby.
Yeah.
And that's how he launched himself, was through MySpace. And Matt Rife is a TikTok baby. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, because nobody knew about Matt. I mean, a handful of people wherever he's from
Yeah.
until TikTok. And still, I bet
No clue.
over half of people still wouldn't know who he was.
I would agree with that.
You know,
Yeah.
but nonetheless, he's still selling out Madison Square
Freaking
Garden.
Madison Square Garden, bro.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Insane.
Isn't that wild?
I just saw where Creed played it the other day too, with Three Doors Down, and just
Really?
it makes me happy that the 2000s rock's coming back.
Ugh.
The 2000s are back. Yeah. Well, it's about time for that. You know, what is it, 25 years later?
No, straight up though.
That's about the time to cycle back.
Open.
Is it going to be all sad emo again?
Wait, now that it's coming back, is what
Yeah.
you're saying?
Yeah.
You know, I guess it could be, man. I guess it could be. You know, they got the what's the name of that festival out in Vegas now? When we were emo and all. No, when we were young fest.
When we were young.
Okay.
Yeah, like that's a thing now. So I'm sure it's going to come back around.
Yeah, the emo is going to be back around.
Yeah.
Emo girls were always the ones that
Does it mean I
that you
have
would
to
target.
start doing my hair again, like half across my face, like do the super
Oh,
set
right.
part and like take it across here? So I have to keep my head like this all the time so I can see you.
The one eye look. Guys would target the emo girls like they felt like it was the low lying fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
It wa-
damaged
it was.
goods.
It was.
The damaged
It
goods.
was the damaged goods. In the 90s, it was the manic pixie, and then now it's the 2000s is the emo girl.
The emo girl.
Yeah, now it's the newcomer at the recovery meeting. Like, and y'all are dicks. No.
That's great. That's great. That's great. That's great. Let's switch gears here a little bit.
Does your cat hate you? Here, kitty. Never mind.
I'm going with yes.
Maybe it's because you make him poop in that crappy litter. I'd hate you if you made me do that.
Oh, I do hate you.
Introducing glitter. Glitter is litter made of diamonds. Diamonds. You've heard of them. Jay-Z's cat poops on diamonds. Are you saying Jay-Z loves his cat more than you do?
Dick.
If you get your cat glitter litter made of diamonds, maybe his attitude will improve. Pooping on diamonds will do that.
Ask Beyonce.
And if Jay-Z can afford litter made of diamonds, anyone can. If your cat is still mean after you give him diamonds to poop on, he's probably just an asshole. Just stop feeding him. Glitter litter made of diamonds. Because your cat deserves better.
No one likes you.
I don't know where you're finding that music, but it's awesome.
Well, I appreciate that. I do. I really appreciate that. Yeah, that's
No one
good
likes you.
times. No one likes you. Yeah, no, that's right. That's right. So what's been going on in your world, Luke? What's been happening with you, man?
A lot, man. Been traveling quite a bit. You know, been working on co-writes for other bands too. I'll be back in Nashville on Saturday. Got some rights with my I forgot to speak English for a second. I've got some rights with a buddy of mine in a band called Via Sky and some of the guys in New Medicine. We're writing a track for them. Then I'm going out to St. Louis next week to go hang out with the Shaman's Harvest guys and meet up with some of the management that's been helping out with Vantage. Then the week after that, I've got some more writing with my buddy Evan McKeever, who's done writing for like Starset, Brantley Gilbert, Co-Wetzel, Motionless and White, and all
You
that.
know,
He is so cool.
Yeah, he is, isn't he?
He is just the coolest.
When you get together for these writing sessions, how does that work? I mean, do you sit around with instruments? And what's it like? Does everybody come in and fire it up? Do you get drunk? I mean, how do you write together? How does that work? Talk about that process.
You know, usually like you show up to whichever spot you're at, and the first like 30 minutes to an hour is just kind of just chilling, catching up, getting the vibe, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And for me, you know, sometimes it can differ a little bit if I'm writing for myself versus writing for somebody else. But generally speaking, the format that I'll do is like, you know, for the longest time, I would write about stuff I've been through. But a couple years ago, I was writing so much, I tapped the well dry.
Yeah.
So what I'll do, like, if we're writing a song together, for the next hour, I'm going to wind up being your Dr. Phil. And you're going to tell me about everything you've been through. And then I'm going to wind up putting myself in your shoes.
And starting to spit out a song.
Yeah, you know.
Through your voice.
Exactly.
Yeah, their voice, I should say.
Yeah, and, you know, like, sometimes it can start off with a chorus first. Sometimes it can, you know, start off with whatever. Like, a lot of times when people in town call me in for a write on their stuff, they kind of know me as the hook guy or the chorus guy, you know.
Okay.
So they'll call me in for that kind of stuff. But, you know, as far as the Vantage stuff goes, I've been really lucky because, like, you know, I've written with Evan, another guy named Cameron Mazzell, my producer, Kellen McGregor, who plays for Memphis Mayfire. the one that you heard that hadn't come out yet, we wrote with Cody from Wage War,
which is
Wow.
unbelievable. When does that come out?
hopefully real soon. It's
I wish it would.
yeah, it's gonna be a fun one, man. You know,
When I tell you that, when you played that song for me in your truck,
Yeah.
it was me, you, and Alex in the back, and I think maybe 30, 45 seconds in, I looked at you and I said, "Bro, this is a number one hit."
Mm.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's as simple as that. It's a number one hit.
and that's
It's
what,
that good.
and that's why we've really been we've been holding on to it for the right time. You know, 'cause,
Yeah.
Yeah.
now we've got management involved on our stuff, and so whenever this one comes out, there's going to be a big radio push.
A big
with it,
push
too.
for it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And so
And it should be for a song that good. I mean, that's one that I would push up if
Yeah.
I could.
no,
Yeah.
thanks,
I
man.
mean, it's that good. I mean, it's that level. I mean, it's no bullshit.
Oh, thanks, dude. It's going to be a fun one, man. You know, bringing Cody in for the ride on that one was just insane because, not only is Cody killing it with Wage, but he writes for Jelly Roll, he writes for Hardy, he
Yeah.
writes for Fallen in Reverse, A Day to Remember, Pop
wow.
Evil, all those guys. So,
And every one of those you name have amazing hooks,
Yep.
amazing songs.
mhm.
They craft hits is
Yeah.
what they do.
No, 100%, man.
It's
You
like
know,
if you said, "I'm writing with the guys from Shinedown." Well, that's going to be a hit.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, more hits than anybody else in the world
yeah,
as far as
it's-
modern rock goes.
funny enough, I actually ran into one of the guys that was one of the writers on Sound of Madness not too long ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
Shinedown record, and he was a good guy. You know, that's the cool thing with Nashville, man. It's really turning into it's not just a country town anymore. Everybody's there.
You know what we were talking about yesterday, and in all honesty, I think, and I'm not trying to blow smoke, but you really are demonstrative of what I was saying yesterday, which is the new stars of today's music have changed,
Mm-hmm.
and they've changed because everybody, the Post Malones, the Jelly Rolls,
Yeah.
these folks, the Luke Shoemakers,
Oh, thanks,
these
bud.
folks out here are not above us. They're
Yeah.
with us. And that's
Yeah.
a different type of celebrity that you're seeing.
Yeah.
You're seeing these folks who are more involved with their fans.
Yeah.
They're more down to earth. They don't act like they're better than you,
Oh, 100%.
and that is what is the most attractive celebrity out there. If you look,
I agree.
that's what people are gravitating towards.
I'll tell you one of the things I'm the most thankful for was a couple of months ago, Mudvayne came through Nashville, and it was Megadeth, Mudvayne, All That Remains that came through, which I knew some of the All That Remains guys prior, but I hadn't met Chad or any of them before. But after their set that night, me and a bunch of my friends and Chad from Mudvayne and his wife Shannon Guns from Octane, we all went and got dinner, and we just sat there for 3-4 hours, and I mean, you would think he was just a normal guy the way he was talking,
Right.
just giving advice and all that. And you mentioned Jelly Roll a second ago. I was backstage at a Five Finger show a couple months back with Five Finger and Marilyn Manson, and Jelly Roll's drummer pulled up, and he was just being the nicest guy ever and dropping game and all that. And funny enough, we were behind Five Finger stage while they were setting up, and Cody's his drummer's name, and he was telling me about how when Jelly Roll had played there for the first time, kind of the logistical stuff, but all the cool stuff that had happened. And you've heard me say before, but I told him right there too that my metric for making it has always been playing an arena show. And he looked at me, he's like, "Dude, it's coming, bro, sooner than you think." I'm like, "Man."
Right,
Thanks,
man.
dude. I'm like, "Thanks, dude."
Man.
Like,
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. and
Yeah,
so,
no, I mean that's so exciting to even think about.
Yeah.
Playing that kind of show. I do agree. I think it's inevitable but I told you that probably 2 years ago.
Yeah, and it's funny, man. I was hanging out with Alex last night when I got in town with him and his girlfriend, and you've heard me say this to you in private before and all that, but one of the things
Don't
that me and
tell everybody our secret.
yeah,
Not
no, yeah,
that.
yeah.
Never mind. I'm sorry. My
Yeah.
bad.
No, it's not that. But me and one of the things that Alex have talked about is when it comes time for Vantage to play a show in Arkansas, we want it to really to be a moment. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
to be a big
Yeah.
deal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we-
No, I think it should be too. I think
Yeah.
it needs to be that moment. And I'll tell you, it's hard. And look, Jesus learned in Nazareth that it's hard to get your local folks sometimes to give you the credibility that you've worked hard for. So you have to go a little over and above. And I think when you show up, it should be to blow up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
And I've been lucky, man. Anytime I've done stuff locally, everyone's always been, super supportive and super cool. And and you know, Nashville was just the next step. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
I think I love the idea that Nashville is kind of
I love
the
that.
newer Hollywood, that you're getting
I love
rid of.
that.
Because I think everything about Hollywood is fake.
No,
Yeah.
straight up, man.
I mean,
like,
every single, even Hollywood itself.
Hollywood itself is
I
fake.
mean, all those years, I remember I was never more disillusioned than when I showed up to Hollywood and I
Oh,
went,
yeah.
"This is it.
This is it.
This
Yeah.
Shit
This is it.
hole is it."
Yeah, don't go. It's
There's-
like a don't meet your heroes.
Yeah,
Don't go to
no, it's
Hollywood.
like the little
It'll break
Hollywood
your heart.
sign is,
Yeah.
it's right.
Hey,
It's not even
there it is.
iconic looking. It's
not.
just there
It's so
on the
boring.
side of the road,
Yeah.
and what you don't see on the news too is all the LA and Hollywood people that have just moved to Nashville. And
Yep.
just hadn't said anything about it.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
you,
yeah.
And you wind up running into them on Broadway or somewhere in downtown, and
We
there's a lot of that happening too.
we got
Yeah.
some questions for you on
Okay.
the chat, Luke.
Oh, let's see.
And then I've got a couple questions too. but
Okay, well,
let
let's do it.
So the first one, Matt wants to know: have you ever heard the story of how the ride was written?
I don't think I have actually.
Okay, Matt, you can share that with us. And then, Luke, you ever met Charlie Farley?
Oh yeah, yeah. I think I played a show. I think it was the show
Yeah.
that we did.
It
Yeah.
was the show we did.
Yeah, it was probably 5, 6 years ago. I maybe talked to him 5, 10 minutes. He's a super nice guy though. Yeah, Charlie was cool, man. I think he's still doing his thing.
Yeah, he was real big for a minute. I know that. I mean,
Yeah.
he was blowing up everywhere for a minute.
What's funny was I remember, like I said, I didn't talk to him too long, but when I did, he had just met Brantley Gilbert, and so he was talking about that, which Brantley's killing it now in the writing game back in Nashville and all that. He's just like he had kind of had his moment in the early 2000s, and then he wavered off for a second, but now Brantley's back full force,
Yeah.
and he's working with the big dogs. He's working with Andrew Bayless and all those guys, and he's
What does that mean for him when you say he's working with the big dogs?
just the. I mean, there's kind of like a new caliber of producers and songwriters out in town over there, and there's certain names that when you hear certain names associated to a project, you just know it's going to be a good one. Like when you heard me mention Cody from Wage, he's one of
Right.
those names. Andrew Bayless is a huge producer out in Nashville.
Okay.
There's a writing co-op in Nashville called the Four Horsemen that they've written basically on just about every Shinedown, Daughtry, Bad Wolf, Seven Dust, Hailstorm, all those records for the past 5 years.
It's amazing when you stop and think about the bands that you love the most and how many of the songs from different bands may have been written, or at least in part, by the same person.
Oh, 100%, dude. Funny enough, one of Saliva's biggest hits, Rest in Pieces,
Yeah.
that was written by Nikki Sixx from Motley Crue and was given to Saliva.
It's just given to him.
Yeah, he gave it to Josie, and
Yeah,
so
that's cool.
I was with Josie the other night, and he was telling me the story and all that, and so you'll hear stuff like that, and then there was one that I was trying to remember from the other day, but I mean nowadays you'll hear stories all that are kind of like that in the rock world. For the longest time there was kind of a stigma of like being the only dude to like write your thing and all that, but people saw that it was working in the country world where people write for other people's stuff and it works out
Yeah.
fine, and so it's starting to translate in the rock world too, man. It's just all about the song at the end of the day.
Well, it's better than them using AI to do it.
Oh, dude, some of the AI songs are hilarious, bro.
ChatGPT.
Oh my God.
I was on TikTok the other day and I saw one about this dude, and it was an AI song about eating chilies and shitting your pants afterwards.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus
And look, there are some
Christ.
great, funny AI songs.
Oh, my
you can do
Lord.
some really funny songs that way, but
None of them are as good as Wackadoos in the news.
No, of
so,
course
I
they're not.
mean,
What
it's
is?
still number one?
that is still number one.
Still
It's going to
number
be number
one.
one. As a matter of fact, let's do that.
Let's do it.
This is the segment, not like the other. People do stupid shit, you say, oh brother. Hey, that's the tone of any previous bit. But if you think so, hey,
Oh,
you
man.
don't give a shit.
I did that.
Yeah.
Wackadoos in the news.
I just got to say real quick, Kurt Lunsford, I just got your text. I'm happy to be on your TV, buddy.
That's cool,
Aw,
man.
that's
That's cool.
awesome.
Yeah, man. That's awesome, man. We are so many places now. It's hard to believe. I mean, I don't think there's almost nowhere you can go that we're not streaming.
Now, I saw the post yesterday, like, or
Yeah.
maybe Monday. I don't know.
Yeah, just when you think
y'all.
there's
Life's
nothing more to
life.
add, we go and add a
Yeah.
bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
We added Pandora.
That's awesome.
Sirius XM. I mean, all these different things that are now carrying this. So that is great. Yeah, no, it is great, isn't it? All right, let's get to it. These are the wackiest things going on today, and here, let's start right here. Chance Hinder Lane from Charlotte, North Carolina, discovered she was pregnant with twins 5 months after giving birth to her eldest son.
Oh, she got them 2 uteruses.
Treating her kids as triplets, she celebrates their milestones together, cherishes their bond. We raised them as triplets. My eldest was still breastfeeding when I gave birth to my girls. Her son was born on January 8, 2020. The twins arrived a year later. Despite the challenges, she embraced. What the is this?
What?
What is this even about?
I'm so confused. I thought
I'm
she
so
had him.
confused,
I thought
too.
she had him 5 months after her first one. So how was
I-
a year late?
She didn't. She had it a year later. And yeah, that story is crap. Sorry. We all fell for the crap. So, yeah, that's it. Here, I'll give you that.
Bullshit.
There.
A
That little
bullshit.
sound
Yeah.
bite.
Bullshit.
It is a great soundbite, isn't it? Let's see what's going on here. So, Redmond, Washington, has a new fleet of snowplows. They've been named. That's right. It's a trend. You know, they get as silly as possible with the name. So, the 5 vehicles are Control plus Salt plus Delete, Scoop Dog, Snow Begone Kenobi,
I like that one.
the Big Laplowski, and Betty Whiteout.
Yeah.
Redwood is going one further by allowing residents to see where they are via their webpage. So they have a webpage just so you can follow
Oh, how fun.
the snowplow.
Yeah.
Snow Begone Kenobi. That's gonna
Yeah.
move.
You
You
know
like
there's
that,
going to
Snow
be
Begone
there's going to
Kenobi?
be some old man in his slippers with his coffee and his beagle just sitting there watching the snowplows and listening to the cop radio. Like he's just sitting there just like you got them both, man. I know what's going on. Matt says Matt says told us the story and that we need to listen to the
Oh,
song.
okay.
Oh, bet.
Yeah.
Sanitary pad makers in China are apologizing after being accused of selling pads shorter than advertised. This comes amid a storm of anger after viral social media videos showed Chinese women measuring the length of sanitary pads from popular brands, showing that most of them fell short of what was stated on the package. The uproar has extended into broader grievances about women being shortchanged by feminine hygiene products, which have a history of safety scandals in China. Chinese women have taken it upon themselves to call this out.
Yeah.
What's
Smash the
if
patriarchy.
it's too short? What's the problem?
Well, I'd like to see, I want to know what the measurements are because, at some point it is too short, too small
To catch?
to be effective,
Okay.
to
Okay,
be
I got you.
effective at all. And
I got you.
yeah, it's just, no, smash the patriarchy, ladies.
Buy a
Do
ShamWow.
that shit. Get a salt.
ShamWow.
Get one of those
you
Diva
remember
cups.
those?
ShamWow?
Yeah.
Oh,
ShamWow.
I
Yeah.
forgot about that.
Yeah, baby, that'll do it. That'll soak up everything.
Everything.
Yeah. Replicas of a sword featured in the Harry Potter movie have been recalled in Japan for violating the country's weapon ban.
What?
The full-size replica of Godric Gryffindor's sword, it's about 34 inches, and it's affixed to a wooden
Plastic.
display plaque sold by Warner Brothers Studio. But it was only in November authorities told the company these are sharp enough to be categorized as an actual sword. More than 350 replicas were sold. They cost about $200 a piece. Sold at Warner Brothers Studio Tour Tokyo. And, anyway, you're in trouble if you got one. You got to get rid of it. That's what's going on.
And they will come looking for that.
They will come.
Like,
I mean, there's
don't-
only
no-
300 of them, and they
yeah.
will go house to house.
Nobody's coming for your guns or anything here, but in China, Japan, or wherever the hell that was,
In
Japan,
China, yeah.
yeah, in Tokyo or something. I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah, they'll come for your shit.
They know they will.
They're
They
straight
don't play
up coming
around.
for your shit, but they'll be very nice about it.
This is bold. I want you to know this is bold. During the annual Shop with a Cop event at Walmart in Chesterfield County, Virginia, where law enforcement helps kids pick out presents, officers were alerted to a shoplift in progress.
Uh-oh.
Despite the presence of 50 uniformed officers and deputies,
Best time.
Hector Maldonado was caught trying to steal nearly $1,400 worth of merchandise. I think he was stunned. He said the suspect even parked his car in view of 30 to 40 marked patrol cars. He had active warrants for
Oh, no,
previous
that makes sense.
shoplifting and larceny.
Oh, makes sense.
Yeah, no, that's it.
Do it in front of him.
I mean, is this some kind of fetish? It must be. I mean, I've got to go. I've got warrants.
Yeah.
I've got the
Yeah.
urge to steal.
Yeah.
Here's 50 police.
What
I'm
is
going
the
in
best
here.
time to do it when
Yeah.
they're all right there? Do it in front of them.
Oh, it's
Yeah. And
brilliant.
it said Maldonado.
yeah, that's like Joe Exotic.
I was gonna say, ask Joe
In
next
Florida.
Sunday. Yeah, if if this individual is trying to get all this stuff to sell and get money on your books, bro.
Speaking of, right after we get done with this, I do have that Joe Exotic interview that I did yesterday.
I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, that's right.
too.
Round 2 with
I am
Joe.
too. I'm excited.
Yeah, Joe is Joe, baby. You know, you gotta love it.
Joe is Joe.
You gotta love it. But we talk more about his case and some of the details. Because I'll be honest with you, if you so in short, the guy was convicted of a conspiracy to commit murder, right?
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Alleged.
And then because of tigers that were put down, allegedly,
Allegedly.
and you know, in a way that was not compliant, and because of those things, he's been given a life sentence in prison. Think about that, a life sentence.
Yeah.
Now, if you go over to the Joe Exotic official website and you just start looking at the appeal that they filed recently, all the people who have admitted to perjury, all the people who, you know, their evidence was not admitted,
Yep.
different things like that. And you start looking at it and you go, I mean, look, I watch the ID channel all the time. Okay.
Yeah.
I watch all these things and you see these people who, you know, they'll horribly kill someone and 12 years later, here they're out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to put this guy in prison for life?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And make me believe he should be that guy?
Yeah.
He didn't even
He
kill
is
anybody.
harmless. I'm sorry.
I mean, he kind of is, to be honest with you.
In my opinion, and based off everything I've watched and everything, I find the man harmless. I mean, yeah, you didn't like her. She didn't like you, you know, and maybe some of them,
But I mean, even if he did try to conspire,
there's no reason
there
for
was
him
no,
to be in life.
It was amazingly unsuccessful.
Amazingly.
No one even made it to the state she was in.
No, I don't even think they left the county.
So I'm saying that, I mean, that's worth life in prison?
Yeah.
I don't know.
The math don't math
It
on
doesn't.
that one.
A Florida mom and TikTok influencer Marlena Velez was arrested for a second alleged theft from the same Target store days after she was arrested before. Surveillance footage from the latest arrest showed her using self-checkout to scan false barcodes for items that totaled about $225. She had Christmas decorations, kids' clothes, recognized by police from her previous arrest.
I'm sure she was.
Yeah, she was taken into custody at home and charged with petty theft before being released on $500 bond. Authorities said while she was in jail after her first arrest, she was recorded saying, "Lesson learned." Apparently not. Maybe this time,
Like
right?
you said, maybe it's a compulsion or a fetish or something, you know, like they're so dead on the inside, the only adrenaline rush they can get is
Yeah,
to do
that's
that.
the way they get that their wood there. Okay, all right, and I think I'm going to try to get this video on the blog. It's a bizarre moment. A boy pulled out his last baby tooth, but not by himself. He used his pet parrot. The boy from China holds the bird in his right hand, guides it to his mouth. The parrot grabs a hold of the wobbly tooth and then swiftly removes it. Just yanks it right out. It's kind of crazy. Yeah. You wouldn't let a parrot take your tooth out?
I'm not putting a parrot in my mouth.
Looks like he's trying to eat the parrot. doesn't
Yeah, like I thought he was, honestly, from my angle and with my eyesight, I thought it was like a gingerbread man
it?
that he
Okay.
was biting, you
Yeah.
know, and no, you're putting a fucking bird in your mouth.
He put a bird in his mouth.
Wonder how long he had that on the vision board.
Not the vision board. Let's do this before we get some Joe Exotic in our lives, shall we? You know what? As a real estate agent, putting you with the right mortgage person is critical. One of my favorites to work with is Josh Taylor at AMC Mortgage, and I'll tell you why. A lot of guys out there are stiff. They treat you like a number. Josh treats you like a friend. He's going to work through with you on everything you need. Look, He just got a pair of my clients into a home with $500 total. Yeah, paid the closing and the down payment costs all covered in there. I'm not saying that's what you're going to get, but I'm saying that's how good he is. Check him out. Give him a call, 351-2579. It's Josh Taylor at AMC Mortgage. If you're looking for a local mortgage guy, that's one that I recommend. You know what? As a real estate agent, I've seen lots of homes get caught up in probate. That's when somebody dies and they don't have a will. And the next thing you know, siblings are arguing over houses, possessions, cars, things like that. That is a nightmare you don't want any part of. You're going to need some help. You need someone with experience. You need Riggin Law. Okay, RigginLaw.com. Kristen Riggin there and her team are amazing at guiding you through this process. Look, you want to get what's coming to you, but you don't want to have to fight with everybody to get it. Just get Kristen to do the work for you. Go to RigginLaw.com. When you have questions, you have concerns about an inheritance, about anything like that, RigginLaw.com is the solution. Check them out. All right. So I want to air this interview yesterday. Joe called in. Like I said, we talked about his case quite a bit. Now, if you want to, you can go to joeexoticofficial.com and take a look at his case, and you can follow along with some of the things that we're talking about. But let's get to it. It's pretty damn fascinating. Hello?
Subject to monitoring at any time. To accept this call, press 5. To block this call, you may begin speaking now.
Mr. Patrick.
Hey, Joe. How are you, buddy?
Not too bad. How you doing?
Man, I'm all right today. I'm all right. How was the holiday for you there? Was it all right?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's prison, you know.
Yeah.
And then our government acts like they're fucking broke because they don't give you shit for food.
No?
No, it's crazy.
Man, that
Yeah,
is.
we can come up with another $140 million to send Ukraine, but we can't feed an inmate in a federal prison.
Yeah, I figured you were probably a little fired up about the pardon that happened this
Well,
week.
that too, yeah. I mean, that's like a slap in the face to any American citizen that's ever been in jail or on probation for tax evasion or a gun charge, right?
Right? No, absolutely. I mean, obviously, a lot of people are upset by that.
Yeah, it's insane. You know, but it's no different than Trump. You know, Trump pardoned Charles Kirshner. You know, his son-in-law's dad.
Yeah.
You got to be in their little elite circle, or you got to be one of their criminals to get justice in this country.
Well, sometimes it does certainly seem that way, doesn't it? I've
It does.
I've been looking at some of the evidence in your appeal here. I've been looking at some of the arguments that you guys are making in this appeal, and it's pretty interesting stuff in there, man. I mean, it sounds.
You have to wonder why the hell I'm in prison, huh?
Well, I mean, there's some things in there that are pretty interesting. I was just reading about, you know, the situation with the money and how that you had, you know, navigated around him many times by saying, you know, I just don't have the money right now or whatever. And then
Well, you know, and I never gave him any money.
Right.
You know, I came up with an excuse. I knew something was wrong because Jeff Lowe was pushing this murder for hire too hard.
Yeah.
And Marinke kept saying, "Man, they're up to something. They're up to something." And did you ever watch the video of the undercover agent in the office?
I haven't seen that one yet. I was reading through everything, but go ahead.
Well, it's crazy because you know the undercover guy goes, "Well, you know, can you get us some guns at a flea market?" No, can't do that. Well, can you go to Walmart and get us some burner phones? No, can't do that. And then you know, just because they were standing in front of my office door, and I knew that James, you know, and Jeff record each other, and they just criminal plots all the time. So just out of curiosity, I said, well what do you charge? $10,000? Well, I ain't got $10,000. Okay, well, we'll do it for half. Well, I ain't got half. I said, the checkbook, you know, is $13,000 in the hole. I'll have to wait till I have baby Tucker's born. That was my excuse all the time to get him the hell out of the office.
Right. Well, that's what I was reading, and then you know, they just randomly wanted you to mail a phone.
Yeah.
That they had you send, right?
Well, see, Alan came in the office and he says, Jeff wants you to mail my phone
Yeah.
to him. Okay? So I took it to the secretary and said, I didn't even have Jeff's address. I took it to the secretary and said, here, Jeff wants you to mail this to him.
Huh. And that was that.
That was it. That was
Yeah.
the end of it.
Now I
Okay,
saw.
but see what made it interstate commerce and made it a federal case is because he testified that I gave him the pizza phone to go to Florida and kill Carol. And I took a picture of her address with that phone.
I see.
Okay, and if you read in there, they had that phone in the courtroom, but they didn't let us know that. And the text messages on that phone from Alan to his girlfriend, he said, "Where did you get this phone?" And she says, "I stole it from the pizza restaurant."
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
I mean, but the government just let him sit there and lie.
Huh. Well, I saw that it says that Glover committed perjury both during the grand jury and his trial testimony. That he
And he admitted to it.
Yeah, that he revealed it was scripted in advance by the government.
But have you got to the part where he went one step further and took the lawyers to the zoo and showed them how they were going to kill me to start with?
Well, yeah, that's what was next, right? I mean,
Fucking what? It's like, why has nobody been charged with nothing?
so what is it? When you try to bring forth new evidence, Joe, and the court is not wanting to hear that or see it, what is their argument against that evidence?
Okay, Judge Polk in Oklahoma City, the judge. Okay, first of all, a lot of people don't understand that judge was mine and Carol's civil judge in our lawsuits.
Okay.
And then he was my trial judge, and he was my sentencing judge, and he refused to excuse himself.
Okay.
So when we filed that motion for a new trial with all the new evidence,
Yeah.
he sat on that for
This call is from a federal prison.
19 months. And then we had to file another motion to make him answer it, and then he denied it within 2 hours, just to make me sit in prison. Okay, and one of the arguments that the lawyers have is because they admitted to perjury and some of the Brady violations and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
By law, he should have gave me an evidentiary hearing.
Okay.
And he violated my rights by not doing that.
And so in this appeal, is that part of what you're arguing is that, the process wasn't followed properly to begin with?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So,
So we're asking for the case to be overturned, or I'm allowed a new trial, and out on bond,
mm-hmm.
or just dismiss the case because
Right.
of the new evidence and the perjury. So who knows what the hell's going to happen? But it's crazy that we have that evidence of the government witnesses, and I haven't read the exact appeal all the way through, but they were committing sex trafficking, bank fraud, identity theft,
mm-hmm.
all during this investigation, and the federal wildlife agent covered all that up, so they would testify for him.
Mm-hmm. So they ran interference on their own crimes just to try to get you coerced into this.
The whole thing was to get me out of the zoo, and so they could have the zoo, and nobody would believe me about all their bullshit they were pulling at the zoo, because Lauren and Jeff were luring girls off the internet to the zoo with baby tigers, then drugging them and raping them at his cabin.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Now that part I didn't know.
It got so out of hand that Saf had to change the combination on the safe so Jeff couldn't get to ketamine.
Wow. That's
But
insane.
if you look on joeexoticofficial.com at
mm-hmm.
those recordings, there's recordings there that Lauren recorded them fighting, admitting to raping girls.
You know what I don't understand, and I think this is really helping to shed light on it, is it seems like that, when you have someone who is incarcerated and they're in a situation like you are, and there is compelling, obvious new evidence that needs to be looked at, and it's not, it takes a long time for that to happen. And you would think if you have someone that might be innocent, that should be your first priority, right?
But that's the upsetting part. That look, my lawyers have sent everything to the Department of Justice, to the Attorney General. They sent everything to the Director of the FBI. They sent everything to the U.S. Attorney in Oklahoma City. And nobody cares.
They just
Nobody cares.
So I mean, but aren't they required to respond to your appeal request? I mean, they have to reply somehow, right?
They have not responded to this day to anything.
Really?
It's just ignored.
Huh.
So that's why I raise so much hell and I stay in the news so much, because surely to God, somebody on Trump's team is looking at this.
Well, hopefully it's not. Yes, absolutely. I hope they're looking at that as well as anyone else who could be in that circumstance, because it's a terrible circumstance to be in, and obviously, you're limited in what you can do, and the bad thing about the Department of Justice in that situation is they have a never-ending supply of money, whereas someone incarcerated does not. And
Dude, that's why when they arrested me, they kept me in solitary confinement for 2 years in a county jail with no bond. So I couldn't help hire lawyers. I couldn't help build a case. I had to use public defenders, and they threw me under the bus.
Yeah. No, I imagine they. I mean, what do they know? I mean, they're new and probably lots of challenges there.
And they get paid regardless.
Yeah, of
whether
course.
you win or lose.
Yeah.
Their goal is to get you to plea out. See, but the minute I wouldn't plea, because they only charged me with one charge to start with. The minute I wouldn't plead, then they charged me with 20 more charges.
Now, if you, in hindsight, if you could just plead to that one charge, would you have done that?
If I'd have known what I know today, I'd have been home already.
Yeah, that's what I wondered. If in looking back.
But why plead? I mean, that's why there's 40,000 people in prison that shouldn't.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right.
They were forced to plea out.
Well, that was the point I was getting ready to make, is that if you watch a lot of these documentaries and exposés, Joe, it's very common that you see that situation play out. And
why should I plead to murder for hire when I didn't do that?
Right, but then when you don't play ball, they stack up a bunch of other things, and
I mean, look at Trump. He got 94 indictments.
Right. No, that's fair. That's fair. You're absolutely right about that.
That's how they play. If they can't get you one way, they'll stack you until they find something that's going to stick to the wall.
Right, because really they just want convictions. That's what they want to rack up, are convictions. That's how they get reelected.
And that's where I was bitching so much about Brittany Griner over in Russia.
Mm-hmm.
That we were bitching, our Justice Department and our president was bitching that
This call is from a federal prison.
Russia had a 99% conviction rate. Well, America's got a 98% conviction rate.
Yeah.
But when you look at Brittany Griner or Paul Whelan or Trevor Reed, anytime they were in the courtroom or on camera, were they in orange jumpsuits, belly chained and shackled at the ankles and shit? No. They were in street clothes, and they look good. In America, dude, you're in an orange jumpsuit and you're chained up like a monkey the minute you hit the courtroom and you look guilty.
Yeah, it does. I mean, the chains are a lot, aren't they?
Yeah.
It does seem, a little much, to be honest with you. I mean, particularly if I'm being honest, someone such as yourself, because my guess is you've not been a danger or threat to anyone in that institution at all.
From the point I was arrested at 55 years old, I never even had a speeding ticket.
Yeah, and you were in law enforcement, for God's sake.
Yeah. Yeah, and they gave me a life sentence.
That's crazy, man. I mean, it's just mind-boggling to think that that's how this played out. Now I also understand that there's some, according to this, some evidence about the health conditions of the tigers that were found buried that seemed to contradict what was said.
It would have proved my point that they were ill. And the USDA would told me to put them down. But the thing that happened during my trial there was my USDA agent that made me put them down.
Mm-hmm.
according to the public defender, she could not be found to subpoena her. How do you not find us a federal employee?
What do you mean you can't? Is she no longer a federal employee?
No, she's still an inspector to this day. But how do you not find a federal
Well,
inspector when you need to subpoena them?
I'm
But
pretty
that was
sure
their
you.
excuse. But,
That's
but
crazy.
I'm sure that she didn't want to testify because she didn't want to lie under oath.
Right. That seems like you should be able to compel that witness. I mean, of course, you can find them. They have a federal job.
On a new trial with real lawyers, we're going to.
Yeah, right. I mean, you would have to compel that. So it just seems like to me that there's so many different failures on the part of the prosecution here that should open a door to at least, at the very least, an appeal being heard or a new trial.
Yeah. Before my trial, they already made a deal during my trial that I couldn't talk about Carol's missing husband, which is what started our argument.
Yeah.
Okay? That's what our fight was all about. I couldn't bring up Jeff and Jeff and James and Lauren, what they were doing at the zoo, raping people and credit card fraud. I couldn't bring up nothing. They wouldn't let me talk about nothing. So the jury never heard my side.
Right. Well, I guess what were they saying? It was extraneous to the case matter, right? They're saying it doesn't apply to.
Hey, Patrick,
this
thing beeps, which means it's going to hang up in 30 seconds. But, hey, would next Tuesday be good for you?
It would be great for me, Joe. Call. Let's talk more.
I'll put you down for 10 o'clock next Tuesday.
That'll work. I'll talk to you at 10 o'clock next Tuesday, Joe.
Hey, send my people a link to this, all right?
I sure will, man. I'll get it to you.
Okay.
Thank you, Joe.
Thanks.
Bye-bye. And there you go. There is the latest from Joe Exotic, his case, what's going on with him. Pretty wild listening to it, huh?
Yeah, it is crazy.
Yeah. Again, I struggle with the guy having a life sentence when I look at the people who aren't in prison. They're looking at letting the Menendez brothers out. They aced their mom and dad. You know what I mean? Now they've been there a long time, but I'm just saying that, you're going to make this guy sit there for a lifetime for a contrived murder plot.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at the story, honestly, they gave him $3,000, to give to the guy and to make it happen. He never made it anywhere. I mean, he didn't even get anywhere near Carol Baskins or anything like that. It just seems to me like a ridiculous sentence that they just wanted to hammer the guy because he evaded them so long. And he was pretty loud about it. I mean, let's be honest. He's pretty sensational. He's bombastic as hell. Yeah, I mean, he says things that you're like, okay, that's pretty wild. But
most of what comes out of his mouth.
That's
how. Well, watching the show, that's all I got.
No,
out of
that's what I mean. It's pretty wild.
He's a performer.
Yeah, he is. He's an entertainer first and foremost, and he uses compelling language to get the job done.
Yeah, I wore my shirt for him today. I knew we were doing the second episode today,
I don't think Joe would like that
my
shirt.
cool
actually.
cats and kittens.
Joe's not going to like that
Why
shirt.
not?
He doesn't like Carol.
No,
that's why he's in
Carol
prison.
Baskin saying, "You cool cats and kittens."
It's like,
He likes the cool cats and kittens. He may not like her and her little phrase, but he
Right.
likes the cool cats and kittens. I mean, he might
does
not like
like
my
those.
kittens, but
well, no, he doesn't need it. No, he's more of a Python guy.
Yeah.
Hey, let's talk about this real quick. This is crazy, man. Spanish infants are developing werewolf syndrome due to their parents taking a popular over-the-counter hair loss remedy. Navarra Pharma's center has called 11 cases of hypertrichosis, that's commonly known as werewolf syndrome, in babies throughout Spain. Has found 5% topical minoxidil was used by each of the caregivers. So they're using this topical to grow hair, right?
Yeah.
And it's somehow causing their kids to be grown with this werewolf syndrome.
That's crazy.
So it's going through the skin because it's topical, you rub on, absorbing into the body and passing through to their infant in utero.
That's interesting. I mean, it's not like that product's not used here.
Yeah. Now,
or anywhere else.
Yeah, no, I mean, it is, but I don't know.
Well, maybe it's a Temu version.
Well, sometimes they hijack things and they don't necessarily follow the exact recipes, and it could be could be too powerful, too potent, or whatever. Now it may be growing hair like crazy. Clearly, it's growing it on their baby.
We should get some of that stuff here.
I wonder if that cures the baldness of the baby altogether.
Obviously, I've got hair everywhere.
Well, I'm just saying I got hair everywhere except the top of my head. Okay, so that can happen. Trust me, you.
We do a package deal with the Botox.
The baby
The
Botox.
baby Botox.
Yeah, no, that is baby Botox is a big thing now to get. You have to. You can't have babies with wrinkles.
Really
You just look
can't.
stupid.
Ew.
All right. Yeah, no, it's embarrassing to do that.
It really is.
Now let's talk about this because I find this fascinating. OnlyFans top earner, her name is Sophie Rain. She says she's a virgin and a devout Christian to boot. She's from Florida. She's 20. She recently let fly with the stunning reveal that she'd pulled down $43 million in a year.
Damn.
Without having sex. Without having sex. She said, I'm a virgin. I'm a virgin to this day. She said, I'm a Christian. I know it seems odd, but I don't do anything else with anyone on my OnlyFans. It's just me. One unnamed, well, it doesn't matter what one unnamed fan said, but she's very popular on TikTok, for example. Her most popular TikTok has 96 million views. What do you think, Christian OnlyFans? Is that fine? Is it possible? Does it matter?
You didn't make 43 million on OnlyFans by being a devout Christian.
Well, you don't know. She might have been praying for you while she had her butt in the air.
Yeah, well,
I mean, she could have been. How do you know? How do you know?
From OnlyFans.
What now? 43 million.
That just seems not possible.
It is possible. It happened.
I guess
They
so.
track it. I mean, they know what they
believe
make.
you.
They have to pay taxes on that shit. So they send them a
1099.
basically. Yeah, they get a 1099
What is
for
the
43
code?
million.
What's the code for that? Because you know there's the code, right?
Yeah, there's
What's your OnlyFans code?
Oh, a code.
Butt work code. Yeah,
Yeah.
like with the government.
Oh, I got you. I
Like
got you.
when I was in painting, I had a code, for taxes and registration, all that. I'm
right.
sure they've got a code.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
crazy. You
Uh,
gotta
do-
go
do you
to your
think you-
butthole.
Can you
Code
be
for
a
your butthole.
yeah? Can you be a Christian OnlyFans star? Do you think it's fine, or do you think it's a challenge?
I not to sound like a grandpa, but I've learned in my 28 years that people are going to do what people are going to do, and so I just,
Yep.
you know what I mean? I just let them do their thing,
That's too reasonable, Luke, and that's why people like you so much.
That's the real Christian way.
Well, I mean,
That is
I'm not
actu-
saying I'm against it. You do you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you said is not what you're doing. Your mouth is saying one thing and your butthole's on there.
Yeah.
So you can't say, "Oh, I'm a Christian and I'm
Well,
just a good person."
it is. It could be holy.
Here's
Yeah.
the link.
You get my point? It's holy.
Well, maybe it's like nude Bible study, and they're
Okay.
taking her, taking
What
people
if-
through the
all right, how about
Bible
this?
You're
together.
trying to get rid of lust out of
What
people.
if-
I doubt there's anything in the Bible about OnlyFans.
Okay, what if she's bent over, right, and then she reaches back and she pulls it, looks like a fortune, but it's a prayer,
Oh.
and she just reads a little Bible verse.
Aw. Or she
Yeah.
shoots them out of her hoo ha.
Yes, yeah.
Like
Like you
ping
pick the
pong
ping
balls?
pong ball, and one of them has a Bible verse. Yeah, that'd be great. wouldn't it? Is that church enough? I don't know. I mean,
Hey, there's nothing in the Bible. I mean, in Mary.
No,
Mary,
I don't.
and Mary Magdalene, by some accounts,
well, she
was the
clearly
lady of
was.
the night.
Well, clearly.
Not everybody agrees with that. I don't know. I wasn't there.
Well-
So, Jesus was full support of sex workers. So,
Yeah, no, I mean, clearly he
Yeah.
defended her from
Yeah.
being rocked.
yeah, I think adolescent baby Jesus would have been pro OnlyFans.
Adolescent baby Jesus.
Adolescent baby Jesus.
All adolescents are pro OnlyFans. Every one of them. They're just a walking
Exactly. This,
batch of hormones.
Exactly. This is why I pray to adolescent Jesus and not baby Jesus, because
between-
adolescent Jesus was going through a lot.
About 12 and a half to
Yep.
maybe about 14 and a half.
100.
You don't know if you're gay, if you're straight.
Yep.
All you know is
Yeah.
you just want to rub on something.
Yeah.
Something that ain't you.
Yeah.
Anything, anybody, anywhere, just rub on me, please. Yeah.
That's the Jesus I want to play to, because that motherfucker. That
are
Nice.
losing our minds in here today.
That guy was going through it.
We're losing our minds.
Does your cat hate you?
No, no, we're not even doing that. I'm not even doing that. I'm done with that. So,
$43
listen,
million later, yeah, your cat hates you.
yeah, your cat definitely hates you. Listen, if you need heat and air, Cabot Mechanical is who you want to go to. Funny name, great service. You can go to cabotmechanical.com. David Lindsay is a super guy. He's very fair, very reasonable. Saved me a ton of money, about $9,800 is what he saved me. So if you want to save money and make sure your air conditioner works, and listen, they can come out and just do a tune-up on your HVAC, and it's not very expensive, but it'll damn sure extend the life of it. You should do it at least every couple of years. Reach out to them, 502-2720 or cabotmechanical.com. And while we're on the subject, if you're looking at roof, you need a roof. I show a lot of houses that that's the number one question people ask when we're buying a house, when they're looking at houses.
I believe that.
Far and away.
I believe that.
With the bullet, it's number one.
Yeah.
Is how old is the roof?
Yeah.
It's what they ask. They want to know because you know why? Roofs are expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're going to get one, you want one that's A, going to last, and B, the great thing about Titan Roofing is that they have a 10-year transferable warranty. So if you bought this house and you fixed it up a little bit, you put some equity into it, right? Now you're ready to sell it. Well, guess what? When you can transfer that warranty, that's huge. That is huge.
Yeah.
It's worth literally thousands of dollars to have that in your pocket when you sell that home.
Yeah.
These guys are great. So go to TitanRoofingCompany.com. It's TitanRoofingCompany.com. When they come out, tell Josh and Jeremy that you're one of the people. And they're going to take good care of you, all right?
And don't play around with that. Like, there are insurance companies, especially here in Arkansas, that are dropping people because of the age of their roof or the appearance of their roof. They're not insuring the roofs,
Right.
all that.
No,
and,
that's a fact.
and that warranty that you're talking about, that transference,
It's huge.
that's huge.
And I'll tell you another thing too. People don't think about if you haven't had your roof changed out, in the past, let's say 5-7 years. Have you had a hailstorm? Has there been a storm? Because if you have any hail damage on your roof, there's a good chance you can get it replaced.
Yep.
And you're going to pay the deductible and nothing else. So maybe $500,000 and you get yourself, a $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 roof. Are you kidding me?
We have one of Sophie Rain's supporters.
Oh, do we? Okay.
Well, I'm making an assumption, little doggy.
No, I love that.
Yeah, he says that she doesn't even do nudity. Like, she's PG-13.
Is she really?
Says that she lies and will say in her advertising that she's nude or having sex, but it's a lie. He heard it from a friend's kid.
Oh, you heard it from a friend. Nothing like fifth-hand
Don't waste your money on that one.
Yeah,
She's not naked.
No, it's funny though.
This kid is part of that $43 million. Wait till mom's credit card comes
She
in.
scammed people out of $43 million as a good Christian. Thank you.
No, hey, you don't know. She could be giving that money to Jesus.
We got a comment. From
Yeah,
Luke.
I see that.
Okay.
I've seen it. What's
Yeah.
up, John?
Okay.
This comment from, we just had him on. As a matter of fact, we're going to be sharing the interview and single from them that they performed live. John Bailey and the Heathen Revival. I mean, Luke Shoemaker helped me promote a single using public urination, it says.
So the other day when I was in town, me and Alex and his girl Katie all went to go get dinner. And afterwards, Alex had to take a leak. And so he just opens up his truck door so nobody sees him.
Yeah.
And just does his business. And so I pull my phone out and I'm like, new single by John Bailey and the Heathen Revival.
That's great. That is great.
Send it to him.
That is awesome, man. Now that is, that video probably would be great to use, believe it or not.
Oh, they put it on TikTok.
Yeah, no,
it's up
that's
there.
exactly
Yeah,
what
it's
you would
up
do.
there.
Yeah, I would have absolutely have done that.
Awesome.
That's how those viral things happen, man.
Yeah.
What's the coolest viral video that you stuck with you over time? Everybody has one at least that sticks out to them. They're like, man, I always love to watch it.
I've got to think. Like funny or just cool?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. I gotta think.
Well, think about it.
yeah.
How about you, Kerry?
What's the question?
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good.
what's up.
What's a viral video that sticks out to you that you remember and you're like, man, I love that video. I've watched it maybe 100 times.
The funniest one that I remember was not a video; it was a picture,
Okay.
and it was a coworker when
Oh.
we worked at McCormick.
Okay.
He was a skinny guy,
Okay.
dark filler, and he's in a hotel room taking a picture. He got his muscles up, and the girl's behind him in the mirror, and he don't see that. They put that on the web. It was everywhere. I didn't see the picture from him. I seen it on the web and screenshotted it and sent it to him. I'm like, "Is this you?" He's like, "Man, where'd you get that?"
Oh my.
Oh no, they
Oh,
they
my.
they posted
She was
it on.
naked and she was a heavy woman, and it was awesome. I thought it was
Oh,
great.
bless it.
God love him. That's awesome. That's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
Wow.
How about you, Amanda? Viral videos that stick out.
I mean, honestly, there's only two things pop into my mind. One is
Okay.
my friend Lucy, who went viral during COVID. She had a COVID baby, and there was some, hashtag trend going on of, ugliest baby contest.
Okay.
And she
Those
went
are always
viral.
awesome.
She went viral because, I mean, I'm a real talk. Reese was ugly AF when she was born. She just was
Hideous baby.
hideous baby.
Sorry,
And-
Reese,
and
wherever
she went,
you are.
and Lucy went viral for this video, and I thought that was hilarious. And then I was thinking about after Taylor Hawkins died, and they were doing the tribute concert or whatever,
Mhm.
and his son was up there playing drums
Oh yeah,
on My Hero, and
that's cool. Yeah.
like those are the two things that popped into
No,
mind.
those are
because
good
that,
ones.
That made me cry. Like Taylor.
I think I finally remembered it.
Okay, what is it?
So there's a YouTube guy, and he does TikTok and all that stuff too, but his name's Ross Creations. He
Okay.
does like pranks and all this stuff, and he hired a plumber to come over to his house, and what he did, he took the lid of the toilet off, and he took a dump in that part of the toilet, and then put
Oh,
the
in the
lid
back.
back on it.
Oh my
And
god.
then he cooked like a batch of cookies, put them on a cookie sheet, and he put those on the sink. But he took a dump in the sink too, and just had the cookie sheet covering the dump there. And he calls the plumber, has him come over and be like, "My toilet's screwed up." And so this plumber comes in, and he's like trying to figure it out. Then he opens this lid and just sees a log. Just
Oh
sitting
no.
right there.
Oh my God.
And then the whole time this dude's offering him cookies and all that, and finally he lifts up the cookie sheet.
Oh no.
And sees that in there. Oh, and the funny thing was the plumber was the nicest guy the whole time in the video. Like didn't get mad at him.
He
or
didn't. He
anything.
didn't. He wasn't like, man, what's wrong
Yeah.
with you, dude?
Oh my
No, and this
goodness.
is the same dude that like he filled up his computer with beans and then hired an IT guy to like
Oh, my
come over
God.
to his house.
That's kind of
Like,
funny. Yeah. I do like some of the
I
funny
want to see
pranks.
that.
Yeah.
I want to see that.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Yeah, it's Ross Creations.
did the
Ross
IT guy like
Creations.
lose his shit?
Oh yeah, he got super
Yeah.
like pissed and everything.
Yeah,
It
Of
was
course he
hilarious.
did.
They're
Yeah.
they're twisted a little tight.
Well, I see sometimes, some of these videos where, the creator has a lot of money or sponsors. And so they'll do things to people that, like one of them was the dude's car, Mr. Beast, just, the guy didn't even know they're setting up some kind of thing where they're going to shoot at these things out in the, the field. And, the guy doesn't realize till he starts lifting up, he's got his car from the parking lot, lifts it up, and they're going to start shooting projectiles at it. And this guy's like, wait, that's my car, man. And they blew his car up. They literally blew his car up. And they lower it down. This guy's like beside himself. And then they
Yeah.
gave him another car,
Okay.
But I was like, man, it's still, it's kind of violating, you freak out, you lose your mind.
That's what they did to Ross too. Someone finally pranked him back.
Yeah.
They took his minivan and flipped it upside down and put it in the same parking spot that it was in while he was in a
Oh,
rest.
I love
great.
that.
You see, that's the
I
kind of
love
stuff.
that.
But just making it upside down is hilarious by
Yeah.
itself because you just walk around like, what? Huh? That's crazy, man.
I keep on trying to tell Patrick that we need to get him to film some pranks and content.
Yeah,
like
no,
that.
we're getting ready. We've just
Yeah.
started talking about
that.
this week. Gunner and I have been working on a couple things behind the scenes where
Uh-oh.
we can start doing some fun content things that will air during the show and otherwise on videos. and
Should
things.
we be concerned?
There's one that I pitched him that I think's pretty funny.
Yeah, no, I think it's great. I don't tell anybody though. Don't tell anybody because somebody will steal that idea. It's so simple, but it's so good, man. My favorite viral video right now is because when I recently saw it, I'm still watching it. I probably watch it right now once a week because it's so funny to me, and that's not my chair, not my problem. It's the lizard, the mushroom guy that they made a video with, and they made him a cartoon lizard. I think it may even go back to the Vine days. But it's hilarious, man. It's just weird, wacky, wild, and my wife had put it on for me when I was in daycare mode recently. And it just was so good. I still think about it. It makes me laugh every time I think about it again. I just start laughing, going, "Yeah, that was a good night.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun." Yeah.
Do you have TikTok and all that?
Yes, of course I do.
So there's Nutter Butter, the candy bar.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
They have a TikTok page, and it's the most cursed thing you'll ever see.
Really?
If you get bored, you got to just
over at Nutter Butter.
Yeah, it's straight brain rot.
People are like just doing stupid things.
Oh, I can't even describe it. Like, there's not a way to articulate. like.
I have to look at this now.
Words being used. I'm intrigued.
Hold on. Yeah, please illuminate us. I'd like to know more, please.
I don't know what the unforgivable videos are.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
Latasha said, I watched a video about people addicted to stealing. They can't control themselves, they say. Yeah, kleptomania.
Oh, my.
What the hell is that?
They are on acid. Oh, I'm here for
Oh,
that.
yeah, no, they definitely are. I don't know who they're appealing to, but it ain't people that are sober. That is great. No, you'll be lost over there for a while.
Yeah.
That is down the rabbit hole weird.
That's Nutter Butter on TikTok.
It's Nutter Butter.
Who
on
owns
TikTok.
that?
Oh, it's like the Nutter Butter page. Like,
That's
it's
what I'm saying. Who
verified.
owns Nutter Butter? Is it some wacko out of Denmark or something? Does that looks like some kind of wacky Danish stuff?
The funniest thing ever.
Hola, amigos. Kevin said. John Bailey said. By the way, when you do that, when you poop in the back part, it's called an upper decker. Yeah. Yeah.
Mondelez International. So I own stock in that company. Thank
Do
you,
you?
Nutter Butter.
Mondelez International.
Mondelez,
You
yeah.
own stock in that?
I do.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So my grandmother, didn't make you cookies or hug you or, tell you how proud she was of you. She gave you stock.
Oh, I wish I had that,
So
Grandma.
Thank you, Grandma. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it took me years to, really, truly, honestly understand.
I'd have took ass whoopings every day to get that
She
in.
was,
Yeah.
That was her love language. For that, I'm grateful.
No, my dad, when he died, you know what he left? Bills.
Bills.
That was it. Just some bills.
Pay my bill.
Yeah.
This is Bob. Bob has no arms. Who's there? Well, it's not Bob.
That's a fair statement. So, Luke, tell us about some other exciting stories from the road and from writing and from, some of your, friends in the rock business, things like that have been really interesting as you're coming up.
Let's think about that for a second. Well, there's been a couple of different things. Well, funny enough, my guitar player Kellen, he plays in Memphis, like I said earlier, and they just announced a show over at the Hall. And what's funny about that is, like, a year or two ago, we were having lunch at Chipotle one day. We were just like talking about what spots in Little Rock like to play at and all that. He had never heard of the Hall before, and so I told him to him. And so, it was funny seeing that pop up and all that. But I think probably in recent kind of memory, hanging out with Corey Taylor was pretty cool. That was over at Louder Than Life, and that was my first time meeting him and all that.
Yeah,
so that was super, super sick.
So you said y'all, when you hung out with him, y'all just went to eat or just hanging out, basically, right? Or is that someone else?
Well, so that was with Chad from Mudfang. Yeah, okay. With Corey, it was a little bit more of kind of like a little bit crazier of a day because it was at Louder Than Life, which is like a big That's radio festival. Yeah, and he was literally flying in from somewhere in California, I think, and so he flew in just a couple of hours before their performance, and so we had just kind of a little window of time, but even just that window was super, super sick. But yeah, man, it's been great. Dude, like being in Nashville, man, you just run into so many different people, and like you just never know who you're gonna run into any given day. I ran into Marcus King last week. And, you never know who you run into.
Now, when you see these folks, you just see them, or do you fan a little bit and go, hey, how you doing? Or I love your music or anything, or do you just move on?
Well, it depends on the vibe. Most times, like, people in Nashville are so kind of accustomed to seeing people out that most
Kind of
times,
like New York.
yeah, you don't really bother them. Like the unspoken rule is like if you see they have their kids with them, you definitely don't bother them. You just leave them alone, do their thing if
Yeah.
they have their kids with them.
Yeah.
Like if you're backstage at a show and you run into someone, it's normal to like go up and introduce yourself, but not like in like a fanboy kind of way.
Yeah.
Because that can kind of kill the vibe. You know what I
Right,
mean? Like
right.
even though they appreciate it, still like when you're meeting some of these people, like just having the dynamic of meeting them like a normal person, like me and you talking.
Yeah.
It's like real. It's
Yeah.
a cool thing.
I think it's an interesting thing too, because celebrities, believe it or not, even though they're celebrities and that's what they wanted, a lot of time the last thing they want to talk about is being a celebrity.
Yeah.
No, straight up.
They just
Yeah.
want to have conversations that don't involve, well, tell me about this, or tell me about, or what
Yeah.
about this, or what about, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
just, they just want to be normal folks and feel
Yeah.
normal a little
They
bit.
do enough interviews, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you
Like,
know.
kind of one of the unspoken rules backstage is like you just don't talk music when you're backstage. Like
Yeah.
if you run into one of those dudes, like talk about literally
Okay.
anything else.
Anything
other
but
than-
music.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
there was one time the first big band I ever met was Stained.
Okay.
And, it was at, a certain spot that we all used to go to. And
Yeah.
it was like Aaron sat down next to me and I was like, man, I'm really excited for the show tonight. And he's like, thanks, dude. I want to talk about anything other than music. Let's talk about Stuttgart and duck hunting. And I'm
Okay.
like, okay, bet. And so I kind of learned from then, and
Yeah.
and so,
That's interesting. That's what he said. Let's
Yeah,
talk about
exact
Stuttgart and
words.
duck hunting.
Yeah. He
Wow.
comes to Stuttgart every year to go duck hunting.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Wow.
dude, it's like the duck hunting capital of the world, apparently.
Well, I know a lot of
Okay.
people
Yeah.
come there, but it's amazing when you think about how many celebrities do come in and out
Mm-hmm.
of Arkansas, and
Oh,
you
yeah.
never
Never
even
know.
know that they're here.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing: the Capitol Hotel downtown
Mm-hmm.
is where a lot of times celebrities will stay when they come here, and they do it because those folks understand discretion
Yes.
Yeah.
like nobody else.
Yeah.
They are built around that model that nobody's going to know, nobody's going to see you. We've got an entrance for you otherwise that is not accessible to everyone else.
Yeah, no,
You know,
100%.
I remember when we were at Riverfest, one of the last years that it was
Oh.
done, and there was a shooting that happened. I don't know that anybody got hurt, but somebody was shooting a gun, and we were coming back. We had parked at the Capitol Hotel because I had a relationship with them at that time because I put a lot of comedians there when they would come into town to perform. And so, we're standing out front there talking to the door guy or whatever. The shots happen. Listen, that guy, because everybody started yelling and running. That guy grabbed us like we were Bill and Hillary Clinton
Mhm.
and said, "Come on!" And all of a sudden, I'm being dragged, and we're running. I don't even know, what's going on yet. I don't know if he saw something I didn't, but this is just their protocol. And they took us down under this tunnel, through this thing, back up the backside, and came out the backside of the parking lot where somebody else was pulling my vehicle up.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they're like, "There you go, get out of here, man, get out of here." And I was like, "Holy shit, this is what happens when you're cool."
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, like in,
Yeah.
like in Nashville, there's a whole, like, I don't know if they call it, like, tunnel system or whatever, but, like, the CMAs were just last week.
Right.
And they're over
Okay.
at Bridgestone, but there's, like, Music City Center,
Mhm.
and that's where they all pull up to go there, but there's a way that they
That you
all...
go under.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
they found out. Huh?
In Alaska, they have a rental car place called Rent-A-Wreck.
Okay.
They got pictures of all the famous people on the walls in there that come in and rent cars from them.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's like Burt Reynolds pulling up in a 92 station wagon.
that's great, man.
Yes. Oh, I
And it'd
love
be
that.
pretty smart. I mean, honestly, if you're a celebrity and you want to go unnoticed, buy a piece of shit or rent a piece of shit car that who's gonna look for a celebrity in a piece of shit,
Right.
Ford station wagon?
That's right.
Nobody.
That's the idea.
Yeah, that's brilliant. That really is brilliant. They had tunnels to come to find out from the Playboy Mansion. They had tunnels there for people to come in and out of the Playboy Mansion, celebrities undetected.
It's for
Right?
them
Yeah.
Diddy parties. You don't want to be seen.
That's
in
where
videos.
that's the OG Diddy party there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no telling what was happening there.
I mean, I don't think their drugs were secretive. Those were probably just out displayed
No,
on
I think they were on
gold,
tables and
yeah,
stuff.
gold
Yeah.
platters and what. They were quite open
No,
about.
they were probably bringing plates around like my buddy
Yes.
was in high school. Here you go. You want some of
Yeah.
that? Want some of that?
Woo-woo.
Yeah, yeah.
Back
like
in our
that.
Legends days.
Yeah, back in the Legends days. Is that what we call it? The Legends days?
No, when I worked at Legends, like
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
like
I was going to say, I didn't feel like a legend in high school,
Yeah.
but maybe you did.
I think it's retrospective.
Yeah, probably is. Probably is. Yeah. What did you like when you were in high school? Did you like going to school, man?
You know what? No, I hated school. I didn't even go to high school.
No?
No.
Okay. Well, that's good. You got out of there before it was too late.
Yes.
That's smart. You escaped. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, no, that's great.
Yeah.
And look at you now.
Boom.
Hey,
You're co-owner of Legion Scaffold, baby. Look at you now, huh?
heck yeah.
Amanda, did you love school or no?
I did until I got a night job.
Till you got a night job.
Yeah.
What night job did you have when you were in school?
P's and Q's.
What is P's and Q's? Is that a strip club?
It is a strip club.
How were you in school and
This was back in the day, baby.
this was
We
in
did
the
everything.
day? You
This
could
is the
do
late
that.
90s,
You could
bro.
do that in the 90s, couldn't you?
Yeah, in the late 90s, you could do that, especially whenever your
Damn.
boss
Hold
just
on.
wanted a copy of your driver's license,
Yeah, hold
not to
not
see
the license.
it.
Yeah. Hold on though. So I know that they couldn't go, but the dudes in your school, did they know?
I didn't have dudes in my school.
You didn't have dudes in your school.
No.
Where were you going?
Mount St. Mary.
Oh.
You went to that fun school.
Oh, wow.
I went
You
to
were
the-
double duty.
Yeah, I went to the all girls
little
private
heaven and a little
Catholic
hell.
school. Yeah.
Wow, that is amazing.
Yeah.
So did the guys over at the other one know?
Maybe. I don't know. They were too young to get
No,
in.
they couldn't get in.
They're
So
too
that's
young to get in.
wow.
yeah.
What a down low secret that had to be for a lot
Oh
of.
God, I felt so cool.
Did your
I was
did-
a fucking legend.
What about you? Well, you are a legend. What
Yeah.
about you? Did your parents have any idea?
My mom worked, like a 7:30 a.m. shift, and so she,
Mhm.
I mean, she just was in bed, and I mean,
So nobody knew.
nobody knew, and if they did, it was a head in the sand kind of situation. Like,
Right.
let's not look at it, let's not address
Yeah,
it,
it's
which is
like being a
pretty,
drug dealer.
yeah,
Yeah.
pretty par for the course in my family. Is like we don't talk about it. We
Hear
you
no
know,
evil,
yeah,
see no evil, speak
exactly.
no evil,
Until
yeah.
something happens and we got to get a lawyer,
And we
but-
blame everybody else.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Absolutely.
right.
Yeah. Or at least, yeah. I mean, my mom was one
Wow.
of my biggest enablers. I love her. I love you, Mama, if you're on here. I'll
That's
see you
that's
later.
a wild story. That I thought I was bad because I was smoking weed when I was 17. I mean,
No, I was working at a
shouldn't say
strip club.
bad, but if you're 16, 17 working at a strip club, it's probably not optimum.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, in
No,
in
100.
life. But now
Yeah.
you did develop some skills, though.
Oh, so many skills. So many skills. But I mean, this was something that I knew I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I absolutely knew I wanted to do when I was
How did
probably
you know
12,
that?
well, about 12 or 13 years old. I'm at home on like a Saturday afternoon, right? And, back in that day, folks, you didn't have streaming, you didn't have on demand or anything like that.
No,
You watched what was on.
You had the shit that was on, and that was it.
Exactly. And there was a movie on called So I Was a Playboy Playmate or something like that. And
Okay.
it was the story of three different women who, one was a lawyer CPA, one was a professor, and one was a stay-at-home mom. And, they were all in these, pigeonholed into these identities and da-da-da-da. And then they end up posing for Playboy. There was like open calls for,
Okay.
models. And I watched that movie and I was like, I want to do that. I mean, the very first legal tattoo I got, nope, wasn't even legal. That's a lie. Because I got it at like 17.
Okay.
But I got a Playboy bunny on my ankle because I was like, and I was at work that day. And I walked next door to Santa Cruz Tattoo because they were next door to us. And got, we were slow at the club and went and got a Playboy bunny tattoo.
And where's
Really
this?
good.
Where was this at? P's and Q's, by the way.
Crystal Hill Road.
Oh, this is North Little Rock area.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
It's not there anymore.
No, I
Yeah,
clearly.
it was Miss Kitty's at one point.
I do remember
Miss
that.
Kitty's?
Yes.
That was P's and Q's.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I know we still have. I think the Paper Moon is still there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you have Visions. Is that? And then there's one in Hot Springs. I know. Is that it? are there more?
There's centerfolds and
Where's
French
centerfolds and
Quarter
French
in Hot Springs.
Oh, in Hot
There's
Springs.
2 in Hot Springs.
Yeah, they get buck naked there.
They do. That's a BYOB spot.
Yeah,
They
they
get
they
naked.
they are naked. You want to know
So,
their zodiac sign? You'll see it.
Yeah. Illusions, Peppermint Hippo, Paper Moon, and I think that's
That's pretty much it.
all
See,
the
there used to be
oldies
one
and
in North
goodies
Little
were
Rock
good.
over off
70s.
Arthur, I think, called Foxy's or
Oh, the
something.
Foxes. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still there.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's a strip club still?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yes,
there.
it is.
Is it?
I mean, I doubt it's shut down in the past, 4 years. We can Google that. Anybody know? Come on, y'all
just-
know,
you
y'all
know,
know.
I don't.
Oh, Susan knew where it was. Yeah,
Who?
across from Wild River Country. You show right, girl. What was your stage name? No, I'm just kidding.
What was your stage name? Let's see what
Kinsey.
let's see what the people are saying here real quick. Let's see. Mike said he got bonds from his granny. Oh, Susan Briggs. I know Susan. She's a nice lady.
I'm sure she is.
Yeah.
I believe her.
I know her. Her and Aaron. Yeah, they're good folks.
They closed this year.
Did they really?
Which one? Foxy's?
Yep.
Oh,
Okay. So now I can say what I wanted to say, which is I always understood that was not where the better dancers went.
No.
That you weren't considered a very great dancer, or you didn't stay there long if you were.
Even their A squad was like another.
It was like a
club
C minus
squad. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. In 70s we had the A squad and the B squad, which was basically day shift and night shift.
All right. So clearly, you've had a copious amount of time in exotic entertainment venues. So what?
Oh, you're looking at me. I thought you were
Yes.
talking to.
No,
Kerry
I'm
this one.
talking
I
to
mean,
you.
Yeah.
I've not been
You.
dancing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody wants to see you dance, kid.
I have.
Yeah. So tell me at least 2 or 3 wild stories, crazy things that happened that you saw when you were there.
So when I worked at Primetime, for it being such
The
kind of
prime time. I forgot when it was called the prime time, baby.
Yeah, man, it was amazing.
They'd always bring the porn stars
That's
over
what
there.
I was gonna tell you.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
So the porn stars that come out there, like they would come and have a feature,
Uh-huh.
and the porn star, and they got like this room in the back and whatever. But I mean, those were always just a lot of fun. They never really did anything. I think we had Gorgeous George. We had
The
Gorgeous
wrestler?
George. Yes, we had Gorgeous George come. That was probably the last one that I saw, and she was the best one. She actually danced. She actually had a routine. It was fantastic.
So what did most of them just came and sat and signed
Well,
autographs?
they'd get up there and they would just take something off, take their clothes off, and
Okay.
then they'd like sit in front of people and like rub their tits and something, and they'd
Yeah.
come out and have drinks, sign, whatever. I didn't even say a bad word.
No, I know you did great. You did
It was
great.
because I did those. They would sign, whatchamacallits and everything. And
Yeah.
man, the dope dealer lived out the back door. So, the way it was set up, we had our dressing room, and when you came out of the dressing room to turn to go out into the bar, if you just kept going straight to the emergency exit that had no siren on it, you would keep walking straight to the dope dealer's house. So, like,
Oh, he had a house back
It was
there.
yeah,
convenient.
we just lived, man.
What a smart dope dealer.
Yeah, straight up. Like I mean, I'm grateful to be sober today. I 100%, but I had a lot of fun. Like God bless America.
Now,
We had a lot of fun.
what
I'm
about-
not condoning the use of methamphetamine.
What about people acting up though at the strip club?
There would be people that would like to throw change.
Change. Who's
Change.
going to throw change at a street?
They're
You gotta
throwing
get
the
your ass
change at the
beat.
B squad.
So yeah,
You get your ass beat, what happens?
Somebody wanting to get clocked upside the head with an ashtray.
Yeah.
That's what would happen. Like you
Yeah.
throw any change, we're throwing ashtrays at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I threw a beer bottle at somebody at Visions because they threw some change at the girl that was before me. And I'm on like day 2 or day 3, and we're drinking Jaeger and doing blow. And I was like, let's fucking go. I'm red dye. And I didn't throw it. I kicked it. It was a full beer. It had just been set down. I'm like, I'll spin it around. They asked me to go home that night.
Did they? Because the
Yes.
beer hit him?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
good.
It was a foot from him.
Oh, so you field goal kicked it into
I
him.
kicked his beer straight into his face.
Oh, wow.
Don't throw change at my girls. Never. And There was one that we had at Legends. Okay, this is before Plenty Up Top. Did you ever see her?
No.
Anybody?
Plenty
Okay.
up top. No, I
Plenty Up Top.
haven't.
I'll bring you a picture next time I come through. But I mean, I'm gonna blow your mind. She had very large breasts.
Oh, shocking.
Yeah.
I'm shocked by this.
And we were all living at Colony West Apartments. So me, the baby daddy, we don't have a baby yet, but me and him, and then, Brown, and basically like everybody that worked at Legends and a couple of regulars all lived at Colony West.
Okay.
And so Plenty Up Top stayed, obviously at Mike's. And so she wants to go to the pool.
Okay. The
And
swimming pool, yeah.
And they asked to borrow a bathing suit from me. It's like, I don't
have the same amount up top you do, is what
I
I'm
know,
trying to tell you. Yeah.
Yeah, so she ends up wearing like something I would used to strip in. And this is an apartment complex.
Yeah.
There are children about.
Yeah.
And I mean, her chest was easily.
And I assumed that the whatever she was wearing probably wasn't even barely covering anything.
And yeah. I mean, it barely covered anything on me, let alone her.
You're right.
Oh, bless it.
I
That was
always-
some good times.
I always love when I see the swimsuits now, the popular trend. It looks like they're too small
Yeah.
on the top. It's like a square that
triangle.
covers the nipples,
It's
and that's it.
awful.
And I'm like, really? That's a swimsuit now?
When I worked in Memphis, so remember when Metallica's video for Turn the Page, and it's got the lady in it?
Oh,
and it's
yeah.
like, she was there. She was there performing. She was their feature.
Yeah.
I thought that was the coolest thing ever. Like some chick from a music video from Metallica's
That's
music
cool.
video is here, and I was like, this is the coolest thing ever.
It is.
I want to
It's
do
like,
this for the rest of my life.
it's like Tawny Katan showing
yeah,
up.
it
Yeah.
was so cool.
Yeah,
it was
no,
really
that's-
cool. So
That's great.
that's some of my stories.
All right. Susan said no stage name, just
Yeah.
that she had a girlfriend. Yeah. That's
A friend girl.
a friend girl.
There's a difference between girlfriend and friend girl.
What's the difference? I don't
don't-
know.
Well, there is one.
Okay.
Speaking of comments on here too, Galen, I just saw where you commented on here. I miss you, buddy. Love you, dude.
Oh, what up?
Aw.
What up?
Yeah.
What up, Galen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's with the Dart from Day One. boys.
Yeah.
You met Galen.
I know
before.
Galen.
Yeah. No,
Galen
he's
Klein?
Yeah.
Of course
he's
I
a
do.
real one, man. I miss you.
He
dude.
is a real one.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Let's see. We've got just a couple minutes left here, so let's do this before it's too late.
Listen up now, I'll tell you a story. Without a doubt, it's kinda gory. It's the worst news you could ever hear. Things just like this make you fear. Buying lunch on a dumb guy's knee, or a big aardvark drowning some money. Why you laughing? Why you laughing? This shit ain't funny. What? This shit ain't funny.
This dude, that's this dude right here, y'all. That's this dude.
Ringtone.
Dude right here.
Hell yeah.
That's that dude.
Callback songs.
Yeah, that's that dude right there, y'all. That's Shoemaker if you want
We
it.
all just need to be listening to Luke all
Yeah.
the time. If y'all aren't following him on the all the things, do it.
Yeah, no, you
You're rude if
absolutely
you're not.
should be.
No, thank y'all.
This is the nightmare story right here. This is the ID channel story. These are the stories that parents. It's just the worst you could imagine. A Colombian school bus driver allegedly, and there's no allegedly here, abducted a 7-year-old girl, held her captive for more than a decade
Ugh.
until she escaped earlier this year. The suspect, Carlos Higuita, is now facing charges of kidnapping, a lot of charges. Okay, you know all the kind of charges.
Okay, well, how long would they lock him up?
They should kill him.
I don't know.
Oh, I know they should
This
kill
is,
him.
this is a
but-
different place, so
but
I'm
I'm just
not
saying,
sure.
you know-
Colombia, they probably have killed him already.
Yeah.
The man who worked as a school bus driver detained a 7-year-old girl in early 2012, took her to a house in the city center. He psychologically manipulated and assaulted her, made her believe that behavior was normal. During the girl's captivity, her name was changed. She was taken to various buildings in the city. She was kept out of school. When she turned 16, she complained about the treatment she got, and in retaliation, she was locked up in a house from which she managed to escape in February of this year, 12 years later, she finally escaped. Mr. Higuita was arrested by the National Police. Said during the preliminary hearings he didn't accept the charges, meaning he said he was not guilty. But he's clearly guilty, and if he's not dead now, I'm sure he will be soon.
He didn't accept the charges. Like, no,
Yeah, that's
no,
pretty much.
I don't accept this. No,
Yeah,
not
yeah. It's always
happening.
weird when you see him file not guilty. It's like
Seriously.
you got caught with her.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's no not guilty here. We saw you on camera, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a nightmare story for a parent. I
That is
mean,
horrific.
that is terrible just to even imagine
Is
that.
that him?
Yeah, that was him.
Ugh.
Yeah. Former My Chemical Romance drummer found dead in his Tennessee home.
I heard about that.
Yeah, man. Bob Breyer, 44. He joined the rock band back in 2004. Longest drummer on record for the band, by the way. He had last been seen alive November 4th. He had replaced the original drummer, but the cause of death is not available. But animal control was called to the house to take away 2 dogs. They said the body was pretty badly decomposed. They don't expect foul play. So I would guess in all likelihood he probably OD'd or some kind of health issue that caused heart failure or something. And
Maybe an aneurysm.
yeah, I mean, it could be.
Yeah.
It could be. I don't want to, you know what? Maybe it wasn't an OD. That seems likely, but it
Yeah.
may not
Well,
be. May
it's
not
sad
be.
that that's like always kind of the first thing you think about.
Well,
when
if you
it's
die alone
entertainment.
by yourself and you hadn't been found, I mean, it's, typically,
You're 30 years old.
yeah, I mean, most
sad.
people that age have a lot of friends and
Yeah.
people hanging around them, especially if you're a rock star. So to go that long probably means you've alienated a lot of
Yeah.
people around you,
That's sad.
or they thought you were somewhere else on vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that could be. All right, and let's see if there's one more here. No, I don't think there is one more I want to do. So we'll wrap that up and hold on.
For men.
When choosing a restaurant, ask her what she wants. And then gently suggest somewhere with burgers, beer, and TV.
Yeah.
Who has
go.
good dim sum? Hooters.
This has been Manners for Men.
Who has a good
Found it.
dim sum? Hooters. That's great. That's
Luke?
great.
Yep.
Have you thought of the coolest line you've written or the coolest line you've heard?
You know, I was thinking about it. I think I've got it. So I'll drop a little sneak peek on some new VR stuff.
Oh.
So there's a song that is going to be on the next batch of stuff for Vantage Ruins, and it's called Everywhere Nowhere. And the story from that one is I was on Broadway one day hanging out with a big group of my friends, and one of my friends, Bridget, was there. And she said, man, it feels like I've been everywhere and nowhere all at once.
Mm.
And I was like, oh my God, that's a song right there. And I wrote the song about trying to encapsulate what anxiety feels like
Yeah.
in the moment that you're feeling it. And I heard her say that, and I'm like, that's a damn song. I was
Yeah,
like,
that's
I
great.
was like, I'm going to use it. And so the chorus is everywhere and nowhere at once, standing still with a mind on the run. And like, it keeps on going.
That's a good line, standing still with a mind on the run.
Yeah.
That's a real good line right there, man.
And so like, I'll let y'all hear it whenever we're off and all that. But no, that's one that I'm really, really stoked for. Cause it's got a similar feel to the one that I let you hear in the truck.
Yeah.
But it's
Here's the problem I have with the one I hear in the truck. I
Yeah.
need to hear it more, and I can't.
I'll send it to you.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, man. That'd be great. Yeah, no, I keep in my head. I think I got the words wrong. I don't know. I'm still singing it, but I'm not sure I'm even close anymore. So yeah, I would love. Man, it's that. I'm telling you, you'll want it too. Just like I did. Matter of fact, I'm probably gonna have to give him money when he sends it to me. I imagine.
As far as the song I wish I had wrote though, there's 2 that come to mind. Lifeline by Bad Wolves. That's will forever be one of my all-time favorite
Yeah.
songs. It was
It's so good.
it was the first one they had with DL on vocals in the band after their lineup change
Yeah.
and all
Love Bad
that.
Wolves.
And oh yeah, they're great. They were just in town. And then a newer song that just come out that I'm so jealous I didn't write. 3 Days Grace just dropped their first single with both vocalists back
Yeah,
in the band.
with
Alex
Adam
back in
and the new
band
guy.
now, and it's called Mayday, and it's
Okay.
killer. It was them and Howard Benson and all the guys over at Judge and Jury, and I had been like, I'd been hearing through the grapevine for about the past 2 years that Adam was eventually gonna
Work his way back.
Yeah, and so I knew it was coming, and
Mhm.
even with knowing it was coming before they announced it, I still wasn't ready for how good the song turned out.
I'm gonna have to. I haven't heard that one yet, but I'm getting ready to go
excited,
listen to
yeah.
it.
Oh, it's so good. It's
I'm
it's
intrigued.
it's
Yeah.
both Adam and Matt. Like Matt's not leaving the band, and Adam's
Right.
joining. They're gonna do the two singer thing going
Oh,
forward.
that's
And that's
awesome.
real interesting too to be able to incorporate both of them. And look, I mean, let's be honest, they probably have enough money to do that.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
And I mean, they both have, just a stupid amount of number ones under both their belts. So it's like, and they all get along. So why not?
So
just,
they don't, their egos aren't involved.
exactly.
That's amazing.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Adam had all his hits, Matt had all
Yeah,
his
you
hits.
can't imagine Sammy and Dave sharing a stage
Mm-mm.
with Van Halen. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
that's not gonna happen. No, not
Yeah.
gonna.
No, straight up though.
I watched Joe Dirt this weekend.
Did you? Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Who was it that was here? It was just the other day. Who was saying they liked the Van Hagar version better, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. You know, it's real interesting. But that's what he grew up with. You know, I love Sammy. I do. I think he's
Yeah.
amazing. I don't. It's the keyboardy part of it is a little much for me at that era.
Eddie's son Wolfgang, his band Mammoth. Is
So-
Oh, they're
So good.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, he's kind of like you. He plays everything.
Oh, thanks, dude. Yeah.
I mean, but you do.
Yeah.
You play everything except what, drums?
Yeah, God didn't want me to use my hands and feet. At the
Me
same
either,
time.
man.
Everything else,
I
you
tried
know.
out for drums in school, told I didn't have any rhythm.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
But no, Wolfie kills it on his stuff though, man. He actually, funny enough, uses Alter Bridges producer and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So it's and they're like Creed and Seven Dust and Wolfie. All those guys are on the same management. Like it's all just super
Yeah.
small world.
Yeah. How is his? Obviously he's playing, big places, but are they progressing to headliner status? Are they headliner status now, or?
They're definitely headliner status in something like the Hall. You
Oh,
know what
well,
I mean?
right,
Or Temple or
right,
something
right.
like that. He's already had multiple Grammy nods with the band being super new. So like
But he needs a couple more big hits that
Yeah.
really mainstream out, right?
Yeah, like it's not a question of like caliber of talent or anything like
Sure.
that. It's more so just about like having that one song to
That
pop
breakout.
off.
That
Yeah, because like it's funny. I'm friends with all the dudes in Tantric, and
Yeah.
they had the one
Mm.
song breakdown like
Yeah.
forever ago.
Yeah.
But they're still out there. Like they just did Creed
Aren't-
Cruise this past summer.
aren't Tantric somehow? Correct me if I'm mistaken. I may be. Tantric and Days of the New. Isn't there a connection there somehow?
There might be. I don't know it myself, only
Okay.
because the guys that Tantric's been through a ton of lineup changes.
Yeah,
over
right.
the
Of
years.
course they have. Yeah.
And so the guys that I know are some of the newer guys in the band.
Okay.
So I don't know of it myself.
I
but-
want to say that maybe there is some correlation between the early Tantric and Days of the New. I don't remember, but Days of the New had that one massive hit song.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember the name of it off the top of my head. I'm not, but it's damn good. But anyway, I digress. What's going on at the break room today? Anything today?
Nothing's going on today. I'm not open today. I'm spending the day with my mother.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
lovely. That's
Yeah.
lovely. What are y'all got big plans? Are you gonna strip together?
No,
Oh,
we
Hey, Mom.
yeah. No, it's we always spend the third and the fourth together. The third is my brother's birthday, and the fourth is the anniversary of
Okay.
his death. So
Yeah.
we, I think we're going to get our nails done, mani pedi. Just really spending time together. We
That's
we
good.
don't put a lot of parameters on it. It's
Right.
just like be together and support each
no,
other.
I think that's great though. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I'm
That's
not
awesome.
sure what Reggie's talking about on the thingy.
Hold on,
You
let me
might
look.
know.
Let me look super fast. Uh
I'm not trying to
Odd
ignore you,
Man
Reggie. I
Out?
just don't know what you're talking about.
oh, I don't know either, Reggie.
How y'all maintain the podcast?
I don't, Reggie. I don't know. You're gonna have to. Those are some great words that you're typing. Make them cohesive for me.
They need to work together.
Yeah, have them work together
He
because
says
I'm.
he can taste the pumpkin pie 2025. I don't know.
Yeah,
what
I
that
don't know what pumpkin pie you're talking about, but I wish I could. And maybe you're taking something that I enjoy, and
Oh.
you know what I mean. Hey, that
Okay.
pumpkin pie is awesome.
Yeah.
It's the best pumpkin pie in the world. Keep eating it.
I love it.
All right. What about you? What's going on with you today, man?
Work. Scaffolds.
Lots of
We're-
scaffolding
we're
going on.
Scaffold the world.
All right. I heard y'all were doing some scaffolding on a dam area, working on one of those. Is that correct?
It is correct. We're up in Warsaw, Missouri,
Yeah.
working on a dam over there.
What dam is that?
I believe it's the Truman Dam.
Okay, that's a pretty big dam, isn't it?
I'm actually not sure.
Okay.
I didn't go to that one.
Okay.
It's a
All right.
baby dam.
All right. And what are you going to be doing today?
Really, it's going to be hanging out with just kind of the fam today. I wasn't expecting to come back into town, but we had a passing in the family and all that, so I got to head to Tulsa tomorrow to go for the funeral and all that stuff. But since I'm in town today, though, hang out with the fam, maybe catch up with a couple friends. I got to
Yeah.
see, Alex and his girl last night.
That's
So that was cool, and so yeah, just kind of take it easy.
All right. Well, I'm going to do, imagine
gonna
this,
sell some
real
houses?
estate. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's exactly right. If you're looking for a house, if you want to sell a house, why don't you call me? Why don't you reach out to me, 501-575-5485, or you can message or you can email. Listen, I want to help you out, and I'll do a good job for you. Just reach out to me. But now it's time to go, so we'll see you next time, y'all.
Peace.
Love you,
Right.
bye.